My shit ain't working. What the fuck? Hell no. Man, every stream, I swear to God, we got issues. Fuck. Let me just... For everyone. Oh, it's so fitting though. I need to have this shit fucking favorited at this point. God, fuck me. Here, you guys can watch me be fucking stupid. How the fuck do you save shit to a playlist on computer? Oh, here we go. I use mobile, bro. Twitch music. Don't look at my shit! Alright. That being situated. Wrong button! Welcome everyone! Today we're gonna be watching a little Lao Cow. It's gonna be Lily Tino. Lori in the Discord suggested this one. So if you guys wanna suggest things, if you wanna see what's... you wanna see me react to shit, then put it in the Discord. All you gotta do, you go to my Twitch. All you gotta do, you bingo bongo, you wika makamuka, and you click this thing. Click the socials, bada bing bada boom, you're in the Discord. Close! Alright, that being said, lock the fuck in, buckle up, here we go. Lily Tino. Play! Lori, I broke it already!
Lily Tino has just broken state law and is being pressed charges on by an alleged victim who just had their privacy breached. But as always, this conversation is so full of transphobia that picking apart the valid arguments from the bigoted ones is a task within itself. So subscribe to the channel, and hopefully, we can get to the bottom of what really happened here. But before that, I got a lot of comments in my last video educating me on, like, the southern part of the US's food culture with sugar and butter rice. So I went out and tried some myself, and as it turns out, I actually really enjoyed it, so apologies for any potentially disparaging comments I made towards the cuisine in my last video. I will say though, I can't see how you would eat it like alongside salmon or broccoli, but on its own it was pretty... I guess you could put it in a breakfast actually. That could be pretty cool, like some bacon, some eggs, some sweet rice. It's almost like a porridge. You put some milk in it, some cinnamon. I'll do that next time. I'll put like some condensed milk and some cinnamon in there as well. As you can see, we're very cultured on this channel, so be sure to subscribe for the culture. And now, let's talk about Lily Tino, who was just returned to Disney, the unhappiest place in the world.
So last year I made a video that a lot of people got upset by, where I talked about some things in Disney. I thought that video would get me banned from Disney, so let's see if that's true. I'm at the Disney World entrance, about to try and get in, so let's see if that video really did.
Disney World's in Florida, Disneyland's in Cali.
You'd probably know. Like, they'd probably send you an email, they'd kick you out or something. There'd be some... here's the thing, right? This is more classic rage bait from Lily Tino, or just sort of engagement farming, because she...
Let me see if I can get this tab away. Why is it up? That's starting to annoy me. What the fuck? Did I break it? My escape isn't working. What the fuck?
She knows, realistically.
I don't think the tab's supposed to be there.
If you were banned from Disney, you'd probably know. Like, they'd probably send you an email, they'd kick you out or something. There'd be some... here's the thing, right? This is more classic rage bait from Lily Tino, or just sort of engagement farming, because she knows, realistically, that she isn't banned from Disney and is just trying to sort of rile people up, get people interested, and pique the viewership, because they're like, ooh, is she gonna get kicked out? Is she gonna get fucking thrown onto the side of the street by the Disney employees in the most magical place on Earth? Who's like a big brolic Disney character? Gaston. Is Gaston gonna fucking murder this woman? No, the answer is no. People in Disney probably have bigger fish to fry than Lily Tino rage baiting on TikTok for everyone to see. They're not on the lookout. They're not sat there like, you know, we need to keep an eye out for potential assaults, potential discriminatory language, or people not feeling welcome, or, you know, robberies maybe. Oh, and also that one TikToker, Lily Tino, who talks about some inappropriate things every now and then. You know, saying out loud, would banning Lily Tino be like such a bad thing? Because they weren't exactly respecting the space that they were in. I don't think I would be too mad if Lily Tino was actually banned from Disney, but I understand why, you know, they weren't banned from Disney as well. With what happens in today's video, though, I feel as though there is a lot more reason.
Why would they be being banned from Disney? Lori, can you add some context to this? I know the face. I don't know anything about her, though. Is he gonna get into that? Why would she be banned? Is she, like, getting proposed to? Like, is she popping out babies? Is she popping her pussy out? Like, why's she banned?
To actually ban Lily from Disney because they went and broke both the rules of Disney and the
What
law
rules?
in the state that they're in, Florida. And man,
What
to be a
laws?
rule breaker in Florida is like, whoa, Nelly, you really need to fuck up. The way that America sees.
She explained bottom surgery with food in the middle of the public where kids could hear, replacing penis with corn dog. Yeah, I would ban her too. I would ban her too. Yeah. You do that in the comfort of your own home with, like, your friends that are of age, not children. Anyways, thank you, Lori. See,
like
Lori's the
way
best.
that everywhere else on Earth sees America. Anyway, let's finish this video here.
So it would be really unfortunate if that happened at this point. It's not a very long line to get in. Sweat on the brow. That's how I'm nervous. It's exciting. I love Disney.
Bruh, you should not be sweating.
Okay, so just beep it here.
If you're of age,
the
take your
finger there.
blinkers.
Oh, further in. I'm allowed in? I'm not banned from Disney. Wow. Huge news. Thank you. Yo, I'm back. I'm back, baby. Can't keep me out of Disney. Marshmallow wands, cake pops. Let's go. I'm here.
Why are they acting
I
like they're
wanna
just
like cake
fucking
pops, but they're
Naruto
always
and they've
so sweet
returned
and, like,
after the
mushy
2-year... This is
almost.
like Lily Tino Shippuden here. Disneyland Part 2. I'm back, bitches! Yeah, that's right. Here to talk about penis and vagina. It's like you're not really doing an extraordinary... If you had entered Disney World to, like, kill a mascot or, I don't know, break a world record of some sort, fair enough, I understand the excitement, but you're just gonna talk about some inappropriate things around children and rage bait people again. The bloke at the reception was very nice, though. Disney employees are very nice. I don't think I had one unpleasant experience when I went to Disney World. Like, well, employee-wise, obviously some of the people there were quite rude. But then again, it's like, when you're surrounded by tens of thousands...
One sec. Coughing and dying. I feel people often say she's being a bad representation of the trans community, but when someone is bad, normally they aren't representing their whole community. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Sometimes someone just, like, identifies with something, but that doesn't mean they're representing the said group. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a woman, doesn't mean I'm speaking for all women. I'm a VTuber, doesn't mean I'm speaking for all VTubers on my opinions. Like, that's just me. So nah, I'm sticking on the light shit, I ain't trying to get serious.
Of people, obviously, not everyone's gonna be a fucking saint. So this is the thing, right? Because about those original videos of her in Disneyland talking about, you know, the corn dogs or the cake pops or whatever the fuck, I actually want to be very careful this video because I feel as though a lot of people really do over-sensationalize a lot of the shit that Lily Tino does and make it seem almost like predatory in a way. Oh my god, you're doing this around children? This is like, oh, this is creepy. And it's like, it's inappropriate. Yes, it's rage-baity for sure. But let's not make this something that it isn't purely because it is someone in a minority group, right? Which a lot of people are doing. Now, that does not eradicate any...
I have a mouthful of food. When I am sexist, not all trans women are sexist. I am now. What the fuck?
Criticism from Lily Tino, because the fact is, the reason you're doing this in Disney World is because you know it will get people angry, rightfully so, because you are around children, and it's not an appropriate thing to talk about, or like this loudly, around tiny babies. It's not predatory, but it is inappropriate, right? That is a more valid term for the behavior here, inappropriate. Because you could just do it at home. Like, you could do it at home. If you're in Disney World, do videos about Disney World, about the rides, about your experience there or whatever. You don't need to do your videos about anatomy and being transgender in Disney World, and the only reason you are doing that is because it's rage bait. You know it'll get people angry, and people who want to make people angry for a living, I feel as though just aren't people worth following. Anyway, Lily Tino goes to the bathroom, or as we call them, toilets. Yeah, we call the entire room the toilet, which is strange, actually. One of the few times I actually think the American usage of words makes more sense than the one over here. I don't like restroom, though. Bathroom makes sense. Actually, no, because there's no bath in the bathrooms. Like, if you go to a public toilet, there's no baths. But there are toilets, so maybe our word does make more sense. Restroom definitely doesn't, because if there's one thing that I don't do in those rooms, it's bloody rest. So I've since been informed that a restroom and a bathroom are two different things, and that a restroom is essentially a bathroom without a bath in it. Although, to be fair, the only reason I was calling them bathrooms is because Lily Tino was, and she's an American, so if anyone was supposed to know, it would be her. But anyway, Lily Tino went to the women's bathroom.
So a bathroom has the bath, a restroom doesn't.
Disney.
Ah! How do you rest without getting naked? I don't know, Lori Brown? Sounds like bedtime to me, not bathroom time, the hell?
And made this TikTok. This is like foreshadow. This is where the drama begins, right?
I don't know what the deal is with bathrooms. You know, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report back in a minute once I have hopefully tinkled without issue. 3 minutes later. That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one.
Lily Tino rage baited so hard she got false allegations. I feel like that comes hand in hand though if you're gonna rage bait and kind of do that kind of stuff. Like if you're gonna like, trying to find the right words. If you're gonna end up rage baiting and kind of putting out content that like makes people kind of almost assume stuff, whether it's through rage or not, then like there's still false allegations, doesn't make it right. But also, I guess we're spelling her name wrong. I guess it's 2 L's. I might change that just to be correct. Trying to find the right words. Trying not to get canceled. Are we? Shut up! People with this type of personality must be destroyed. SMH. Yeah, no. Excuse me. I can't like. I don't mind. Like, bro, I have no issues with like transgender people using the women's bathrooms. Like, just use the bathroom. Just don't make a big deal of it. Like, it's a fucking bathroom. Go in, do your business, wash your hands, and leave. The issue that we have is when people, like, start making it all about the sex. It's like, we don't, at least personally, like, just use the bathroom. Like, I've used the men's bathroom before because the women's were out of order. It just happens. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. No one gives a fuck. Like, it's not that big a deal. You don't gotta make it this big of a deal. But yeah, exactly. Chew a woman, chew know that that's what matters. Now go take a piss. See? Exactly. Both sides of the argument here. Everyone agrees. Just use the fucking bathroom. It's a bathroom. Sorry, a restroom, because it doesn't have a fucking bath in it. Sorry! Be PC here. Use the correct terminology. Anyways.
One stop me.
I'll rewind it a little bit.
Once I have hopefully tinkled without issue. 3 minutes later. That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me.
I don't like the word tinkle.
Definitely no one stopped me.
They felt
it's weird only when people make it weird. Yeah, it's only weird when people start to make it weird. Just use the bathroom. It's a natural thing to need to go to the bathroom. No one's judging you for it. Like, I don't know, there's this weird thing with women and, like, a weird unspoken culture. I know guys have their own culture in the bathroom where it's like you have the urinals and you step, like, you have that urinal in between each other. But, like, women will just sit there. They'll go and sit on the wait. They'll wait as long as they can to see which woman pisses first and can't hold it. I'm like, brother, it's a bathroom! Not a fucking holding your piss contest! Like, some bitch almost died doing that shit for fucking, I don't know, some console. I don't remember right now. It was some stupid radio show that she ended up trying to win a console, and they drank a ton of water, and they couldn't get up or use the bathroom or anything. But whatever. English people made up words just for 100 years later to correct Americans. Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, Americans did just, like, descend from English people, if you think about it, though. So, and we're like, oh, fuck your tea! And we threw it in the harbor. Which I like tea! So maybe I should go to Britain. I like tea. I'm kind of mad we threw that shit in the harbor. I wanted that tea. So you know what? Britain's fair to be mad. And that was good tea. As a guy, our culture is just as abusive as possible. Yeah? Is that accurate? Shy pooping / pissing epidemic. Yeah, literally. Everyone just, like, waits. And I go in there and I just go. I'm like, Maybe it's a dominance thing at that point. Maybe they just think I'm, like, top dog. I just don't give a fuck. Like, I'm there to piss or shit, wash my hands, and continue with my day. Very simple. It ain't that hard. But yeah, let's continue. That's the end of my TED Talk.
Definitely no one stopped me.
I don't like the word tink. I mean, fair. I'm glad.
Yeah,
that
I
they
didn't like that she
didn't
said top dog can't stand for more than minutes. Lori, shut up! Calling me out over here. No, I don't like that she used tinkle either. That, like, I didn't like that.
You know, they felt comfortable in the toilet. That's good. I'm genuinely happy for them. But I just personally, and this is not like a huge criticism. I just don't like the word tinkled. I'm like, you're a fully grown person. TikTok is not going to ban you for saying piss or wee or pee or shit even. If you're allowed to talk about pussy and cock in Disneyland, then you're allowed to say piss. Just once again, I feel as though the usage of words like tinkled is just part of this whole manufactured rage bait content. There's no way she doesn't know that saying tinkled is gonna get on some people's nerves.
I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Think, oh, is there someone peeing?
Wait.
Standing up, which is something I'm...
Oh, that saying
No,
tinkled is gonna get on some people's nerves.
I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up, and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know...
I'm gonna tell you this now. As a woman that has dead ass been working, and a man walked into the bathroom, the woman's bathroom, a man, I'm assuming man, obviously I didn't see the face, I'm not trying to fucking sit there and, like, investigate this motherfucker, right? They walk into the bathroom, they go into the stall next to me, and they're standing, and they're pissing! And I'm like, are you fucking serious? There's a man in the women's bathroom! I literally went up to my friend who was working for the gas station, I'm like, bro, there's a fucking man in the bathroom! And he's like, I don't know, we'll figure it out, but, like, we couldn't really do anything about it, because, like, I don't think that's technically illegal, but, like, bro, that's why I don't want to talk to you about it, because people are not gonna... You're clearly a man in the bathroom! Like, okay. We had staff bathrooms in my high school that the transgender kids would use, so that way they could use the bathroom and not be judged. And that was more than fair. The girls were very accepting. If you were, you know, male to female, you could come in, use the bathroom, whatever. AKA me. But no, just like... It's one... In such a public place, I feel like that's such a different situation where women are going to assume that's just a man. And not... Like, people can't assume your gender. And that's very, like... What's the word? Self-centered. To assume people are gonna, like, just know your gender. Like, this isn't VR chat where you have your pronouns on top of you and your fucking name and shit, you know? So, like, you have to think about other people, too, to a degree. You know? So, like, I don't know. Like, you can piss while sitting down, bro. Especially as a guy. That's a thing. I know that's a thing. I don't know if it's more comfortable or not. That I can't speak on. But, you know. Still, you know. I wish it was like VR chat where I could mute people. Yeah, you'd mute me, Lori. You'd mute me while I'm streaming. You'd be like, this bitch annoying. Mute!
You know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me, and it was lovely. So, overall, Disney World in Florida,
Lily.
10 out of 10
I mean,
women's bathroom experience for trans women.
I mean, yeah, sure, the
Why are we rating bathrooms? It seems like you just went there for a bathroom review, bro. What the hell?
rest of that TikTok. Oh, fuck off, brother! What do you
I
want?
thought that was me.
I'm recording.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Lucas, this is my IRL brother.
Oh, he has a little Kirby in the back. Plort, he has a little Kirby and a little Blastoise. Almost looks like a Jigglypuff right there too. There's a rose in the way. It looks like a Jigglypuff too.
Here. He's gonna say something really funny. I'm putting.
We can always tell. BS, you never get it right. Shut up! I literally got in trouble listening to you. What do you mean? What do you mean you got in trouble? You didn't tell me. What do you mean you got in trouble? Explain. Is your dad mad at me? Don't tell me your dad's mad at me. Ooh. In Oklahoma, dad might not be a good situation. Shit.
A lot of pressure on him now. Say something funny because you ruined my take.
Who are you in a call with?
I'm not in a call with anyone. I'm recording, you dumb fuck.
Oh.
My dad is mad at you for screaming. Now turn your volume down.
You're still okay.
Why didn't you listen to me? He never listens to me.
Yeah, listen to me. Turn your volume down.
Say something funny. This is their first fucking introduction to you. Alright, you're taking too long. Bye. And that's my brother, man. He fucked it. He had all the No, he fucking stopped calling me. Yeah, as I was saying, the rest of that TikTok isn't offensive at all. Like, honestly, this is not actually a bad
like a
TikTok.
pretty
Like, it's
fine
fine. It's
TikTok.
just the word tinkle annoyed me, really. But this is the video that
Oh,
has
related.
stirred up so much controversy and drama because it is the one
Okay,
where
this
she
next
breaks
one's
the
the
law.
issue.
So it's her rating all of the women's bathrooms in Disney World. So you got the magic.
Why are we raiding the bathrooms? Lori, I suggest you turn your volume down, because I'm going to start screaming and raging at this hoe. You give me law cows, I'm going to start screaming. This is the deal. Tinkle feels like such a childish word that feels predator. Okay, I didn't want to say it. That felt... Okay, I agree. I didn't want to be the one to say it. That makes me feel better. Although, why is my chat not working? What the fuck? Why can no one see anyone? Let me... This is bullshit! How do I fucking... I don't want to move everything. It is. Okay, I'm glad... Okay. I'm glad we're all in agreement here. That makes me very happy. Okay. Can I just freaking... Sorry, we're dealing with tech issues. This is very normal here. Welcome to the club. I'll put that up. Do I have to make it bigger? Why is it not working? Testing. Where the fuck is Twitch on my phone? Oh my god, I can't spell. Stream manager. Manage this hoe. Testing. Why is it not working? Oh, it does? Oh, it's working. I see it. Cool. It's slow as fuck. Cool. It's faster on my little stream chat on OBS than it is on actual fucking stream. I feel like I'm talking to the void. In that regard, I mean. Nothing shows up and then I'm just yapping. Alright, back to rating fucking bathrooms, apparently.
And drama because
Anyways.
it is the one where she breaks the law. So it's her rating all of the women's bathrooms in Disney World. So you got the Magic Kingdom one, fair enough. That was the first one that they did. Tiffin's Restaurant, they got misgendered right before the pic, so the vibe was off. World Showcase entries are 10 out of 10. Epcot bathrooms, 7 out of 10. May Epcot me the fuck off.
She's wearing a trans, like, little Mickey Mouse thing.
You spend so much money on, like food, experiences and shit. It wasn't
Yo, chat, is this bathroom a 10 out of 10? Yeah, literally, like, why are we rating bathrooms? Bro, my mom's gonna yell at me because she has a headache and I'm over here screaming. We're only fucking... Man, why is this all fucky? We're only like 9 minutes in.
Worth it. I
Buckle
feel
up,
as though
everyone.
Epcot is a kingdom in Disney World that should be open to everyone, like at certain times. But if you're a ticket holder, then you can just enter like first, if that makes sense. But you shouldn't have to buy tickets, like an extortionate amount of money to buy tickets just to enter a kingdom and spend so much more money. The other 3 kingdoms, fair enough for ticket holders, but Epcot...
How do you even rate a bathroom? Exactly!
I feel like they need to do something there, because that is a pure scam. Look, I'm not going to go through all of them, right? It's just, you get the idea. It's a bunch of bathrooms, and she's rating them based on how comfortable she felt, I guess. Now, the issue here is that in a lot of these photos, there are actually people in the background who obviously didn't consent, or in some cases, probably aren't even knowledgeable or know that pictures of them are being taken, and they most definitely don't know that those pictures will then be shown to millions of people on an extremely public platform. Like, it's one thing if you see someone in the bathroom taking pictures, and you're sort of like, whatever, I'm sure this won't go anywhere. Unbeknownst to you, sometimes it could be someone like Lily Tino who has a public platform of millions of people that pay attention to them. And if you were to go on TikTok one day and see yourself there and millions of people are watching you in a position that maybe you didn't want to be in, or at least be in publicly, I understand why you'd be very uncomfortable with that. And that's why people were criticizing Lily Tino. They were like, I can't believe you would take photos in the bathroom like this. It's a very clear invasion of privacy, to which she responded with this.
And if truly that happened, right? If truly they wanted to say it was against the rules for you to take bathroom selfies,
that is illegal.
That will ultimately be a good thing. You said not like that I'm happy to be in trouble that way, but this is what it is being an advocate. Okay, this is like, my goal in taking those pictures was to normalize trans women using the women's restroom.
Let's not pretend as though anything Lily does is actually
Oh god. I'm gonna butcher this word. Comfiness, insonorization light. I think I said that right. And cleanliness. Bonus points if it's got a lot of stalls. It was so hard to find a video that didn't straight up have misinformation or wasn't misgendering them. Yeah. I don't know. If you're gonna flame someone, I don't understand misgendering them too much. Like, why misgender them? Like, just call them what they are. Like, if they want to be a female, they're a female. If they want to be a male, they're a male. We ain't judging here. If they want to be a they can be a they. They can be a fucking star. If, for all I care. As long as I know, I'll fucking call them their gender. I don't give a shit.
For trans rights. Well, I'm sure some of it is, but not in Disneyland. The whole point of the Disneyland videos is to rage bait, is to be obnoxious and rage bait people. There's nothing in, like, the whole Disneyland experience that is actually intending to make life easier for transgender folk. In fact, there are thousands of transgender people who are literally begging you to stop acting like an obnoxious rage baiter because it reflects bad on the rest of the community. And your unwillingness to play ball or listen to those critics, even critics in your own community, I feel as though unmasks your actual intentions here, which is just views, money, and rage bait.
That kind of thing doesn't happen without friction. It doesn't happen without friction, okay? If Florida, as a state, wants to make a stink about it, they certainly are welcome to. But ultimately, they'll have to know that if they do that, that will do nothing but draw more attention to the issue, right? Which ultimately they might want to do, but these aren't the kind of things that people like truly go to prison for. These are the kinds of things that you see news articles about, right? Like trans woman,
go to jail for this, man.
You know, in trouble with Florida after blah blah blah, and like it would be a public debacle, and that's good.
People blaming them for people being transphobic is like blaming a fat mouse for cats hunting them. I'm having a stroke. Wait. So people blaming transgender people. Wait. Is it? Who's them? I'm confused. Laurie, I'm stupid. You gotta specify a bit more. Alright, everyone else probably fucking understands, but I don't. People blaming Lily for people being transphobic. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Why are we blaming Lily for people being transphobic? Blame the people that are being transphobic, not Lily here. And I'm sorry, I'm stupid! I don't know if that was like a general for like people that are transgender, just specifically Lily here. I wasn't sure. Okay. Yeah, so like, yeah, that's exactly. That's perfect. Lori nailed the fucking little, whatever the fuck. Was it metaphor? Yeah.
Because we want that conversation.
Might be a simile.
Part of that is facts, I guess. Yeah, that this is not the type of crime that people go to prison for. It's the type of crime maybe you get fined or banned from a place, or some news articles are made. But nah, you're not going to get arrested for taking a photo in the women's bathroom. What might happen, which is what's happening here allegedly right now, is someone in those pictures might realize that they've been taken a picture of and their privacy's been breached and put in front of millions of people, press charges against you, and you may need to pay them a certain amount of money. But I feel as though it's quite manipulatively phrased here, what Lily's doing, because they're making it seem as though, well, of course, when you're an advocate for something and you're fighting for rights, there's going to be some friction alongside that. There's going to be people who fight back against you, which is true, right? That is something that all, activists have to go through, right? There is friction, otherwise there'd be no need for activism or to fight for anything. But using that argument here makes it seem as though everybody who is critiquing Lily Tino is trying to fight against transgender rights, which just isn't true. And to phrase it that way is incredibly disingenuous, especially because you know that's not what's happening here. I truly don't think that they even believe that. They're just saying this once again to make people angry. It's almost as though she is actively calling all criticism towards her as friction against her wider statement of transgender acceptance, including the criticism that comes directly from the transgender community and allegedly what she wants as well. Now, I've actually got a lot more to say about this, but I feel as though we'll get into like the thick of the whole drama first, and then I've got some monologues to go on, so stay tuned for that. So this here is without doubt the worst argument that Lily makes in defense of herself.
Disney bathroom selfies got y'all real upset, huh? Saying, oh, Lily, you can't take selfies in the bathroom. It's not appropriate. Well, let me remind you that literally every celebrity you've ever enjoyed on screen has at one point taken a bathroom selfie. For example...
Now, I'm sure it does not take a genius to decipher the issue with her pictures as opposed to their pictures, right? It's very, very, genuinely, extremely easy. Stevie fucking Wonder could even decipher why this is a horrible argument, and that's that there is nobody in those pictures other than the person who is taking the picture. Anybody who is criticizing Lily Tino for merely taking photos in the bathroom is frankly an idiot and probably transphobic. Because the issue isn't that photos were taken in the bathroom. The issue is that photos were taken in the bathroom with other people in those pictures who did not consent to being in those pictures, and then those pictures were posted on a public platform for millions of people to see. You've not assaulted anyone, it's not physically harmful in any way, but it is a breach of privacy that is worth apologizing for, and, you know, those photos should probably be taken down as well out of respect for the people who don't want to be involved in them. I've heard some people talk about how, in a weird roundabout way, this is technically an assault because they didn't consent to being in this. Just shut up. Let's not make this something it isn't, because it just weakens the entirety of the argument as a whole. It's not an assault, it's just a breach of privacy. It's not good. Fuck me, can we just not over-sensationalize this bullshit? Because all it does is weaken the genuine criticisms that do need to be taken seriously.
Any woman you ever meet has likely taken a photo in a public bathroom. Why, you ask? Because we look cute and we want to document it. So what is different about me that I'm not allowed to take bathroom selfies? The easy answer here is, oh, Lily, you're a trans woman, so you get held to a different standard. And that is true. But people judge trans women differently depending on how well they pass. If you pass, that means you don't look trans. I know that I don't pass. Trust me, I know. But passing privilege is a real thing. There are some trans women out there who, no matter how hard they try, will never be able to pass. Do those trans women deserve to be treated differently? No.
Yeah, once again, just acting as though she's being criticized for merely taking photos in the bathroom and turning it into something that it really isn't, right? The people who are criticizing you are not, you know, it's nothing to do with passing privilege. It's purely that you are posting people who don't want to be posted. And some people might think like, oh, when you live stream in Disney, people are going to be in the background of that. The bathroom is different. Like, the bathroom just is different. I'm sure you don't need me to explain why the bathroom is different, but it definitely is. That's why it's against the law. Speaking of which, here's a TikTok that explains both the laws and rules of Disneyland.
Now we have one person that has officially come forward to press charges against Lily Tino. By now, we all know Lily Tino went to Disney and went into the women's restroom and took selfies with other women and children in the background without their consent.
That's not cool.
And then came on TikTok and posted and rated every single bathroom experience. I made a video talking about the fact that that was illegal in the state of Florida, much less, not to mention, it's also against Disney policy to take photos within the restrooms. She has now come on TikTok and has stated that she is going to be pressing charges against Lily Tino and possibly Disney as well. And personally, I hope that she wins. I hope she wins the heck out of a lawsuit. And who knows, she could potentially save many, many, many women.
See, this is what I mean. This TikTok is okay. Right. Like, it explains it pretty succinctly, but saving women, it's like, fuck me. It's just, it was a picture of someone in a bathroom. No one is being saved here. Sure, I can get behind this might help women or people, right? If you said that, I wouldn't have many qualms, but save makes this something it isn't, right? Lily Tino is not a danger. Right? She isn't a physical threat to anybody in these bathrooms. She's not gonna sort of drive people towards a horrific mental...
So far, what's your opinion on Lily Tino? From what I've heard, and I'm also going to use your reference from earlier with her thinking she got banned with explaining in public bottom surgery. I've seen bottom surgery because of South Park. If you look it up now and you go online, if you look at, like, you go on Hulu, I'm just going to say, I think it's Paramount actually, so we'll use Paramount. If you go on Paramount and you watch this episode, it doesn't have it anymore in there. But if you have the old disc version, it genuinely shows bottom surgery in the episode where Garrison wants to become a woman. Which is fine, but that's fucking disgusting to me. Just, like, the surgery part, the gore. Like, I don't fuck with gore. I don't do that. So I understand that's why I'm not a surgeon now, because I don't want to see the insides of people. That's gross, that's not normal to me. Like, I'm fine just, like, vibing. I don't need to cut people open to fucking get paid, you know? I can just, like, I don't know, work as a cashier or some shit. So, all that being considered, she does that. My experience, that shit's fucking horrible, the bottom surgery, if I'm, like, imagining that. So I can't imagine how she explained it. So I guess that kind of varies there. But she explains bottom surgery in public, replacing penis with a corn dog. So the corn dog, blah blah blah. Blah. I honestly don't even remember. I don't want to think about it. Shut up! I don't know, man. She's questionable, but I don't think she's necessarily, like, the worst of the worst. Because you were telling me to review Cyrax earlier, and Cyrax seemed pretty fucking bad. I think it's Cyrax. I might be butchering the name there. But I don't know, man. She doesn't seem that bad all considered, but, like, she's pretty questionable. Pretty questionable. It's correct, that's Cyrax. Okay, cool. I want to make sure I was pronouncing it right. I don't know. We still got, like, over half a video, so we can see... This is him talking. This is the rest of the crime and punishment. So we'll see. I'll give a final review at the end as well, Lori. Don't worry.
That, I don't know, maybe who is not a danger. She isn't a physical threat to anybody in these bathrooms. She's not gonna sort of drive people towards a horrific mental state that, I don't know, maybe behooves them to do something horrible to themselves. It's not quite to that level, like. I'm sure there are some specific instances where taking a photo of someone inside a bathroom does lead to more horrific and catastrophic circumstances than, you know, usual. And that is part of the problem here, is that Lily Tino has no idea who the people are in those photos that she is posting. Like, it could be somebody who is, in fact, in a very depressive mental episode, or really doesn't want to be put online, in comparison to the average person, who, even the average person doesn't want to be put online. That inability to know anything about the people that you are...
Even then, I mean, if you're in public, it is legal to take a picture of you. I don't think, in the bathrooms it's legal, might I add. But, like, in general, if you're just in Disneyland, it is legal to take a picture of you. I'm pretty sure, because you're in public. So, like, I don't know, necessarily being like, oh, I'm in a depressive state, don't post me, is very valid in that regard, in my opinion, question mark. Because, like, you're in public, so you know people are gonna have, it's Disneyland, people are gonna have cameras out, you're probably gonna be in the back of someone's pictures, you know what I mean? Like, it happens. You know, like, people just don't care if they're in the back of pictures sometimes, so, like, I don't know if that's valid. Again, it's a bathroom, so that's where it gets kind of iffy, because, again, it's a bathroom. I don't exactly remember the legality there, and again, you're, like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. But, I mean, it's just not respectful to be taking pictures of other people. And especially in the bathroom. That's, like, what my biggest gripe is. Like, you're in a bathroom. If you're just, like, if you're even outside of the bathroom, taking a picture of you outside of it, that's different, you know? I saw the South Park bottom surgery when I was, like, 10. Genuinely scarring. Yeah, I saw that shit when I was fucking, like, 14. When I look genuinely like a roach's back and some Disney adult bloggers post my face to millions. Dude, that's me all the time. Deadass.
Posting on your public platform is largely the issue here. But yeah, I just don't want to be caught using words like, oh, this is going to save women when Lily Tino gets sued, because, like, I don't want to be part of this over-sensationalist bullshit.
And she may even become a women's advocate, which I can get behind too. I'm gonna tag her account down below. Y'all go follow her.
I believe their account has actually been privated. I'll give it a check now to see if it's still private. Yeah, private for now, so whoever it is has privated their account for some reason. Not too sure why, but it's not all that important. This is the photo here, just to make it absolutely clear that they are being pressed charges for, and yeah, I mean, fair enough. It's a pretty clear view of that woman there, who we will blur like in this video just out of respect for them. They clearly do not want to be on the internet like this. It's not as though you got their fucking, their kneecap in the picture. Like, that is, like, their entire body is there. And I believe their daughter is also in this picture, but just a little bit more covered up. Here are the 2018 Florida statues, some video voyeurism.
Video voyeurism. Broadcast is just electronically transmitting a thing to another person. Anything that can take a picture. Place in time where a person has a reasonable expectation of privacy. So, in a bathroom. So, where he or she could fully disrobe in privacy, without being concerned the person's undressing would be viewed, recorded, or broadcasted by another, including but not limited to the interior of a residential dwelling, bathroom, changing room, fitting room, dressing room, or tanning booth. So it's illegal for her to be doing that, and that was my point. A person commits the offense of commercial video voyeurism, dissemination of that person, knowing or having reason to believe the image was created in a manner described in the section, selling the image, yada yada. Basically, she's taking pictures that you're not supposed to. And there's also specifically, stuff down here that says a person who's under 19 years of age who violates the acts. Oh, well, Lily's not 19. I thought that was something about, like, if she takes a picture of, like, minors. I was gonna be like, ooh, that's another charge, but no. I bet that's somewhere in here, though. But no, that's not cool. That's what I thought. That's illegal.
That
Don't
very
be
clearly
doing that, Lily.
state
That's
that
not
this
cool.
action is in fact illegal and is considered a felony in the state of Florida, which once again,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
to be an actual
felony!
felony in Florida, you really
Holy
need to fuck up,
fuck!
like. But then again, it is Florida, which is why this probably won't go anywhere realistically.
It's not even
like I feel like, again,
misdemeanor. That's a fucking
I've used this term a
felony,
lot,
dude.
but
That's
Florida
bad.
probably has bigger
That
fish
fucks
to
your
fry
life
than a
up.
transgender woman taking photos in the bathroom. Fucking hell, this petition to remove Lily Tino from TikTok has over 400,000 verified signatures. There are more people who want Lily Tino removed from TikTok than are subscribed to this goddamn YouTube channel. And that right there is a fucking crime. If I don't gain 200,000 subscribers as a result of this video here, oh golly goodness, I will be sorely disappointed. Now fucking I'll have to do something horrible. I'll have to cause some malarkey in your life, particularly. I'll steal all of your, I can't do anything too horrible, but I'll fucking, like, I'll take your, you know the bottom of your kettle that, like, boils the whole thing? I'll take that, but you can keep the kettle, but I'll take that little bit on the, like, at the bottom. That would really inconvenience you, wouldn't it? So if you care about the base of your kettle, then subscribe to this goddamn YouTube channel. Okay, so there's also some other stuff that involves J.K. Rowling, because fucking,
what the
of course.
fuck?
But before that, I want to talk a little bit.
I just accidentally hit a fucking thing across my desk. Where the fuck does J.K. Rowling come into this shit? What the fuck? This is some Twitter-ass bullshit. He's acting like we aren't homeless and gay. Yeah, deadass. I mean, I'm not gay, but...
Lily Tino just as a whole. I'll click on any random TikTok on her account and I'm sure we'll get comments that I've been seeing recently. So this comment has been copy pasted across any video involving Lily Tino online, as well as Lily Tino's videos themselves. His name is Nicholas Continio and he is cosplaying, not transitioning. He's 100% rage bait at this point. Lily Tino is just a character he plays. I'm so glad one of the women he caught on camera in a Disney bathroom is looking for a lawyer to sue. Plus both Disney and Florida have rules and laws against recording people in bathrooms, reasonable expectation of privacy in those spaces, they don't count as public personal.
OMG, J.K. Rowling is my favorite transphobe. Yeah, like, I don't know why she had to be transphobic,
the last two-thirds of that comment is like, fine, fair enough, whatever. But the first line I have some issues with. He's cosplaying, not transition. He's 100% rage bait. It's a character that he is playing, right? They're using he. I'm not actually saying that. Look, here's the thing, right? In today's world, I feel as though we've developed an economy of young people who feel as though they need something about themselves that they can coin as unique. Like a lot of people will say they have ADHD or autism and overstate those parts of their personality. There's definitely some people who are performatively non-binary or bisexual, for example, which I know.
When I spread misinformation with no proof and then mass spread it to millions. No, yeah, what?
It's a little bit of a risky statement to make, and that's not me discrediting people who are bisexual or neurodivergent or non-binary or transgender, but there are definitely people who perform those aspects of their lives. Another really common example that I probably should have mentioned is people pretending to have been brought up harder or poorer than they realistically were. I'm sure there's plenty others too, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. I don't think Lily Tino is one of those people who is performing or cosplaying. Like, when you go back on their account, it is very clearly a transgender person who has taken steps towards transitioning, and yes, they are 100% rage baiting at this point, but that's not to say that they don't care at all about issues of transgenderism. You can be both transgender and a fucking arsehole at the same time. It doesn't make you not transgender. Like, if there was a cisgender woman who was really fucking annoying and rage baity, you wouldn't all of a sudden go,
yo bro, I am from the streets, and their bedtime is 8 p.m. sharp cheddar. I don't know, it sounds like Lori. Lori talking about herself. I love you, Lori.
Oh, you're no longer a woman, you're a man now. Or if there was a black person who was really rage baiting, annoying, and a fucking arsehole, you wouldn't go all of a sudden, no, you're not black anymore because you're rage baity. It's like, no, you're still black, you're just a fucking arsehole. In the same way, Lily Tino is still transgender. You cannot take that away from them. Who am I to say whether or not someone is transgender? I don't think they're faking being trans, I just think they're a fucking annoying arsehole. This here I feel like is harmful to transgender people because it makes it seem as though, like, oh, if you're transgender and you're not the most likable person in the world, we don't consider you transgender anymore. And another thing I feel as though is almost unfair on Lily Tino's behalf is that she is almost seen as a...
This is true because I got tired at 12 a.m. when me and her were on VR chat and had to go to bed. Yeah, that sounds about right.
representative of the transgender community, which I understand because she's such a huge sort of presence there, and there are a lot of very ignorant people who do see her as, like, or associate her with the rest of the community, right? It reminds me a little bit of the recent stuff, like when Sabrina Carpenter's new album cover was released, and a lot of people had this issue where, because she, in their minds, represents a lot of women, her dehumanizing herself, like she did in that album cover, will be ultimately harmful. In my mind, it's like, how much onus or responsibility does Sabrina Carpenter have to represent other women, right? And not just herself. Because anyone with any media literacy can tell that the album cover and the whole concept of it, Man's Best Friend, is ironic, right? She doesn't actually see herself or objectify herself in that way. It's ironic. Obviously, and this is true, a lot of people won't see the irony in it or just don't care about that. Mostly men,
I love
obviously.
that album.
So my question is, how much responsibility does she need to take for the ignorance of other people? In the same way, Lily Tino is only seen as representative of the transgender community as a whole because very ignorant, stupid, transphobic people see her as representative of the whole community, when anybody who can think rationally even slightly sees her as a representative of herself, right? She is an arsehole, and she has nothing to do with the rest of the community, because why would she? As much as it is a very valid statement to make that she does represent the whole community, because there are many stupid people who see her as a representation of the community, it doesn't make that statement any less unfair. It's true, but it's not fair. And for that, I feel like there needs to be some sympathy. But then again, I'm not sure if there does need to be as much sympathy on Lily Tino's case, because I feel as though she is using that ignorance to her advantage, as opposed to someone like Sabrina Carpenter, who isn't using the ignorance to their advantage necessarily, but just wants to create the art that they feel as though fulfills them, and is unfortunately, as a byproduct of said art, potentially damaging people because of said ignorance, if that makes sense. I think I've changed my mind on the Sabrina Carpenter stuff, by the way. I don't want to go too off topic here, but I said something that I disagree with, so I want to just clarify here. After thinking it over, I'm starting to question how much of it was actually Sabrina's idea herself and not her marketing team, who I feel as though wanted to make the album cover something like this to appeal to both a certain group of men who are interested in that type of thing and don't care / don't know about the irony, but then also use irony as an excuse to fall back on, in the hopes that Sabrina's core fan base would also be interested. So I think they were trying to play to both crowds and be really sneaky there.
Probably.
I definitely overestimated how much of it was like artistic integrity. I think it's a lot more corporate than I gave it credit for in this recording. But yeah, that's that. I don't want to go too off topic. Back to the video. The whole thing is a very complicated topic, and I'm not sure if I could vocalize my thoughts on it as fluently as I might do in maybe a couple weeks or so. But this is some relatively half-baked thoughts that I'm just having now. If I'm saying anything ignorant or that you think is bullshit, then feel free to tell me in the comments, because I am genuinely very open to the conversation. I think it's a very interesting conversation to have. And yeah, man, I'm not entirely too sure what I think. I'm just sort of spitballing here. It's a little bit of a thought experiment. Another one of the comments that is being mass spammed that I have a lot more of a solidified opinion on is this one. Lily Tino has a long history of disturbing behavior that shouldn't be ignored. Before transitioning, he was fired for sexually harassing a female co-worker who rejected him. He stalked her for months until HR got involved. He also has multiple SA allegations dating back years. Now, I've, done my research. I've tried to find this alleged evidence or case of a harassment or whatever they're calling it, and I can't find it anywhere. I have no reason to believe that this isn't just a made-up fucking story to dog on someone that they dislike personally. And once again, this is extremely harmful because it just reinforces the very widely held opinion that transgender people are intrinsically predators or are doing it for some nefarious reason. Like, there's a lot of fucking idiot transphobic people out there who once again see transgender people as like, ooh, you're not transitioning because you have gender dysphoria and don't feel comfortable in your current body. You're only transitioning because you want to get closer to the other gender, you fucking creep. And it's a very, very harmful stereotype that I feel is only being pushed with most likely false allegations like this. Like, I cannot find any evidence of these allegations at all. Lily nearly tricked trans OF creator Callie Bean into filming filming corn. There's be nothing wrong with that. It's a little farming documentary. Obviously, I know what they mean, but in my last video, we talked about this. It was a bunch of fucking bollocks. Just because Lily Tino is an arsehole, it doesn't mean mean that bullshit allegations need to be believed. They plan to make TikToks, but Lily pressured her into filming for his OF and then gaslit her when she refused, saying she gave the impression she was down. I mean, yeah, we covered this in my last video about Lily Tino, so if you're interested in that situation, I'd recommend you give that a watch. It was a bunch of bollocks in my personal opinion. He films at Disneyland where kids are always present and makes inappropriate comments about his body, marshmallow / stick in that setting. Some of those videos use bright colors and child-friendly language that clearly attracts children's attention. I think that's a relatively fair critique. Like, if you want to be angry at her for that, then sure, fair enough. I just don't like the misgendering here. They're still transgender. Just because you don't like them, it doesn't make them not transgender. He's falsely claimed trans discrimination for clout. At one restaurant, he acted like he was kicked out for being trans when staff politely asked him to move from a table needed for a larger group. That place got death threats and the manager was fired. I'm not too sure about the death threats or the manager being fired. Once again, I just don't know if that's true or not, and I've looked it up and there isn't really any evidence for it. He's also been caught using slurs like the N-word and continues to show zero respect towards women, treating them as objects. There is a video of Lily Tino using the N-word, but it was very obviously a mistake. I don't think they meant to do it on purpose. However, they should definitely apologize for doing it, even though it was just a mistake, and not doing so is rather hypocritical in my opinion, because a lot of people misgender Lily Tino, once again, by mistake, and she is not happy unless they apologize. Even when they do apologize, she's still very unhappy. So if you're not willing to apologize after saying a slur like the N-word, why should you expect people to apologize to you when they misgender you? It's very hypocritical in my opinion. Obviously, if someone misgenders you, they should apologize, right? They should apologize, not profusely, but just like, oh, sorry mate, and then move on. But if we're using that same logic, when you say the N-word, even if it is accidental, you also need to fucking apologize for it. For those who haven't seen the video, it was a video of, like, her dog's name is Nugget, and she was saying Nugget's name, but accidentally said the N-word. It was sort of like a stuttery usage of the word, right? I don't think it would, there's no way it was, why would she purposefully use that word on live? It would be a horrible business decision. Lily Tino is not someone who should be seen as a representative of the trans community. That I definitely do agree with. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty clear at this point, and I'm pretty fucking annoyed with how people treat this situation, because it is so over-dramatized, over-sensationalized. It's like classic fucking TikTok bollocks. Let's just call it as it is, right? Let's not play games here. Let's just be fucking adults and say what we see and not anything more than that. Because all you're doing when you dramatize this bollocks is really weakening the actual genuine criticisms of Lily Tino.
She did it because she wants to end her career. Big brain plays. I mean, there's other ways you can end your career without saying the fucking N-word, bro.
That do exist, and potentially, unknowingly, harming the trans community as well. Anyway, J.K. Rowling. This man's bathroom photos are trophies. He wants women and girls in the background because it proves he's violating women's boundaries. Without actual females there as props, all he's got is a selfie of a scary-looking creep in mouse ears, which isn't remotely what he's after. I mean, the obvious misgendering is just classic J.K. Rowling bollocks, but the whole thing about them purposefully putting women and children in the background of the picture to expose them or breach their privacy, I don't think is necessarily true. I just think that they didn't care or think about it, which doesn't make it any better, by the way. It's just what I think happened. Or maybe it does make it slightly better than if they were intentionally trying to breach people's privacy, but it doesn't justify it, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, it's fun. When J.K. Rowling has a go at you, it almost makes me want to defend her.
First Elon, now J.K. I wear it as a badge of honor. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, look it up. Go to J.K. Rowling's Twitter. Do it. I did used to be a fan of her. I was a Harry Potter fanatic. I was. Please screenshot it, Rachel. And there's a couple of them, right? There's a couple of them. Has J.K. reached out to my team? You know she hasn't, believe it or not. But it's not fair for trans women to carry the burden as being seen as spectacles. I mean, I don't think that's even necessarily true.
There you go. It's pretty fucking wild, to be fair, that J.K. Rowling is talking.
J.K. Rowling used her anti-trans aura on Lily Tino, the strongest rage baiter of our time.
Talking about Lily T. I guess it just goes to show how huge they've become. I don't doubt they wear it as a badge of honor. It's like, yes, I've been fucking recognized by J.K. Like, I'm really, really getting people angry here. Both transphobic douchebags and also the transgender community that I am pretending to help. It's like, I just can't think of anyone who is hated as much as Lily Tino. Because every single community of people dislikes Lily Tino for a variety of different reasons. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely fans of hers, which I feel like a lot of people neglect. When someone has that many followers, same with like Ashley Trevino and stuff, when someone has that many followers, that many people watching them, there's definitely a lot of people who are genuine, actual fans of the person. You know, it's not as though everybody is watching Lily Tino just to get angry or hate on her.
My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight. It is not fun or easy, but once that is finally done, hopefully by the end of the year, they are going to take my corn dog. These ears do not want to stay on. They are going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job.
Are you serious?
So, flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, you know, my hands are disgusting. Now, you might be asking why I would do this or why anyone would do this. It sounds not fun, and I agree with you. I'm not looking forward to that recovery process. But know that this is not a decision that any of us take lightly. Our corn dogs do serve a purpose, but at the end of the day, I just don't like having it. It's not me. I look at it in the mirror and it's like, ugh, can we do something about that? And it turns out we can. But until then, I am making the most of my final days with my corn dog. Farewell to this thing that has served me not very well, but is what I was born with. It did its duty. R.I.P.
Definitely isn't good, but I had corn dog in America, and my expectations were so high.
She does this bullshit. Yeah, what the fuck?
I've heard about corn dogs all my fucking life, and like in cartoons and shit, they were built up as this incredible piece of confectionery, and I had one, and it was so unbelievably underwhelming. I was genuine. It ruined my day. I'm not even gonna lie. And then it started raining afterwards, probably because of my disappointment. Florida rain ain't that bad though. I actually like the Florida rain because it's hot rain. Like it rains, and then when it's not raining anymore, it just sort of dissipates, and you're not even wet because it's so fucking hot. It's actually quite nice. But yeah, either way, man, it's like
I got distracted for a minute and I started hearing J.K. Rowling. What have TikTok dramas become? I don't even know, man. J.K. Rowling just does her rounds on random shit, I swear, at this point.
Like, these videos in Disneyland about the corn dogs and the cake pops or whatever, I have the same opinion that I've mostly always held, which is like, it's actually quite interesting. The content of the video and the way that it's being described genuinely could be a useful learning resource for people who want to learn about transitioning or the surgeries or the procedures that are required for said process. The issue that I and many other people have is just that it's in fucking Disney of all places, and it's very obvious why she's doing it there, because she's a fucking obnoxious rage baiter. Just do it at home. You can get the exact same.
J.K. Rowling heard there was a bad trans woman and like a shark attacked. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Same point across at home. It would even be a good thing. If you have the opportunity to do a good thing that people will be happy with, a lot of them, and you like are deliberately choosing to make people angry, then that goes to show your intentions here. It's not to educate people, it's not because you care, it's because you want to piss people off.
Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom with the gingerbread chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheese bread with the guava sauce.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not gonna
Intercontinental ballistic Rowling.
enjoy this bread as much because my card is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the training. We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney did. Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone. That's not how it works.
Sorry about what happened.
It's okay. I would love to pay for the drink, please.
No, the drink is on me too. So.
You don't. Are you sure?
You're good.
Thank you
Sorry
very
about
much.
that.
They meant well, but it still hurts is the caption to that video, and you know what? It's fair enough, really. No one can tell someone who is offended how to react in a situation like this. If you genuinely feel uncomfortable and that you want to leave and not eat the food anymore, fair enough. And you were going to pay for the drink as well, but they paid for it. It's actually quite wholesome there at the end. Once again, though, it's nowhere near as, I guess, poignant.
I should do this shit. Just don't post it, Lori. Don't be the next fucking Lilitino, man.
Point you're making when you demand apologies from them or don't accept their apologies when you don't even apologize for using the fucking N-word.
We should be able to go places and not have to worry.
We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I think black people should probably be able to watch your streams and not have to worry about you using racist slurs.
What the fuck?
And at the very least, if you are to use a slur accidentally, fucking apologize for it.
It shouldn't be in your
harping on so
vocabulary.
much about this point if they genuinely just went, you know what, my bad for that. I meant to say nugget. I don't use that word in my everyday life. It just slipped out because I wanted to say nugget. It's like me personally, at least, I'd be like, you know what, fair enough. It very clearly was a mistake. Go on with your life, I guess. But when you are so demanding and unaccepting of other people's apologies to you when they misgender you, when you're not even willing to fucking apologize after saying a slur like that, I genuinely do feel as though it is wildly hypocritical. Am I missing something here that disproves me or makes me ignorant in some way? Because I really do feel as though I'm making a point here.
One of the things that folks with PCOS struggle with is hair, right? Specifically hair on your face. And girl, I feel you, because I struggle with the exact same thing.
I think women with PCOS struggle with a lot more than just hair on their face, but sure, go ahead, I guess. Like if I said, oh, everyone who's bound to a wheelchair, I know exactly how you feel, because every now and then I wake up with pins and needles in my legs and I can't feel them properly. It's like, yeah, alright, mate, just fucking calm down, you know.
Wait. I have a really important announcement. I promise this will take 2 seconds, okay? You ready? They bounce. Am I right?
What the fuck?
Alright. We're done. The video's done. Yeah, I just don't know how.
I can relate. Just ignores all their issues other than hair. Yeah, literally, like, the fuck?
We can continue after that. So,
You don't relate
yeah,
then.
hopefully you will enjoy this video. You definitely didn't enjoy that fucking last TikTok, but whatever,
Yeah,
right?
I
Hopefully
didn't
you
enjoy
enjoyed
that.
this
What the
video.
fuck?
It was a bit more of a rambly one, but there's a lot of stuff that I feel as though I wanted to say because there's a lot of questions that I have and a lot of things that I truly haven't decided on yet. So hopefully
Also, why did we see your chest? Why did she do that? What was the point of that?
in the comments
my
you can
God.
help me out with that and we can have a real genuine discussion here because I think I really like that. I would urge people not to be dicks or like arseholes or so
I didn't
strongly
wanna see
opinionated
this.
that you resort
Well,
to
you
name
wanted to
calling
watch
or
this video,
insults.
Lori.
I would genuinely love to have a healthy dialogue or conversation about this in the comments. I'll be responding to a lot of people, so yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Alright. That's thank you, Jabo. And honestly, this looks a little interesting. I like Funky Frog Bait. I kinda wanna know what the situation is for later. We might save this for next week.
Funky Frog Bait just claimed that the
I'm nosy. Okay. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. We're gonna play a smidge of some House Flipper. It's a good video? Good. Because I wanna play a smidge of House Flipper, and I kinda wanna watch that at some point. So how's that sound? Sounds like a plan for everyone? Everyone like that? Yeah? Little House Flipper go back to... Perfect. Cool. Alright, I'll throw some Jeopardy music on while I run to the bathroom real quick, everyone. Unless you guys want something else. I gotta be careful. Oh, am I getting copyrighted? Is Jeopardy copyright? Wait. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, guys. Fuck. Ooh, No, I already took my chances this stream, so, we're gonna have fun with this. I'm just gonna put the music on while I BRB. I already played it once this stream, so I might as well already commit. Alright, be right back. Get House Flipper up. That was a pain in the fucking ass. Get it situated. Alright. I swear to God. Okay. It's right here. It's right here. We're good. We're good. We're good. Alright. Don't look at my shitty ass house. What work are we doing? I know I got no money. I got some DLC stuff to do. Do we want to do the DLC stuff? Won't be bad, I don't think. Oh shit. Look at Lori. Fungo. Alright. Stop bullying me! Need to finish with the house I recently bought. You may find this out I want on for Rockman. So to be sure we're all clear, I'll send you reference photos. Why not? Look at DLC stuff.
Just look at the mess left by the previous crew. And that Violet. They came out of the blue with it. Totally not what I wanted. I hope you'll get it right.
The fuck?
The bedroom should stand out. Let's go crazy with vivid colors. Keep the rest of the house in whites and grays. You know, classy.
Oh.
You may be wondering why a graying Rockman picked such a house. It's simple. I need a place to write my music in peace. Also, the pool is pretty cool, huh? Not to mention the view. Look, you can even see my yacht. Which is handy in case my kid wants to throw one of his parties there.
So. Okay. God damn it. I kinda like this one. Go with this. We'll fix that after. Put that there. Yay, house flipper, yes. House flipper time. This is what homeless men do in their dreams. Yeah, probably. Right. Where's the entrance? I want like that deep gray. It's like the darkest we're gonna get, I think. AKA me. Me too, Lori, me too. Clean. Put different lights in. What the hell? Damn, I missed that whole room. Shit. Move that after. I wish it was a darker gray though. Such a nice cozy game though. Yeah, I love this game. Really is nice and cozy. Where is there more dirt? Am I fucking blind as a bat? Like, there's a whole new area. Where is this dirt? There it is. There we go. Nah. What are we working with? What do we got? What do we got? No. Does it really have to be in that exact word, though? Can I put the chair on the side? There we go. Cool. dash of color wouldn't hurt this place. We're probably the same light. Probably want one around here. That fucking works! Fine, we'll put it around here. One there. One probably by this front door. Oh my fucking god. There we go. Cool. Yeah! Look at that! It's like, yo! Alright. White. Blank floor tiles. Going black. Cool, it's gonna be bad. Alright, 13 things for this fucking bitch. Damn. Alright. Those. Toilet, bathtub, sink. Oh god. Bathtub's gonna be the biggest, so do the bathtub. Bathtub's gonna be the issue. Ow! Could put the tub like right there. Fucking, you know, toilet and sink or vice versa, yeah. Toilet. Yeah, nice flow. I think I have a toilet look nice over here. Bonk. Tub. Why it look almost like slanted? I don't like that. Alright, not my bathroom. Is this going to be a bathroom or a restroom? Well, technically it's going to be a bathroom. According to the Lily video. Let me assemble this. Oh my god, this bitch so specific. Y'all seen this whole ass list this motherfucker making me buy? Mirror. Here's your stupid ass mirror. A cabinet? You want a whole ass cabinet in here? See, this is why I want to check the shit, bro. Where are we gonna put a fucking cabinet? Like that ass. Is it gonna fit here? Oh god, wait, let me cook. It's not perfect, but it's good enough! Here's the Bible with all the commandments. Enjoy. There's the light. Good enough. Use? Nah, I saw use there for a second. Yeah, pretty much. Frame, black, white. Just one. That kind of goes with there. Because we also got that. Oh my god, bro! What the fuck? I've been reorganizing my room to show off all my figures. That's sick. Man, I'm not liking this bathroom. I'm not liking what I did. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it, chat. I want to move the bathtub. I don't like it. It's fine, bro. I don't like it. For some reason, I can only put free rent in the horror side. Is that really the farthest? Let me fucking put it back, bro. Nah, let me put this shit fucking farther back. Yes. Why did I put it there? What the fuck? I put it all the way back. Y'all seen this shit? This bull. Stay. Why was that so far from the wall? Yeah, I don't know. She too be scary. There, see, that looks better. There we go. That's nicer. I was like, why the fuck is it all the way out here, dude? Alright, back to what we were doing. Tasks. I thought it said toilet paper holder Ken. And I was like, why is Ken holding the toilet paper? You want on this side? I'm gonna put it on this side. That might be better. Bro, why am I buying your ass soap? Just give them the house for free at this point, yeah. Like, what the fuck? I'm just buying everything for them at this point. What? Am I gonna buy them fucking toilet paper too? What size linens do you want, sir? Kinda like it the other way, but I wish they had black. Wish I had black up here. There we go. And the bathroom's all done. Now I gotta clean them bitch ass windows this time. Alright. You want this specifically in this hole. don't need that. And where's that modern light switch? Modern light switch, where are you? Bonk. Oh my... Bro! I'm dealing with this shit, Turk! You seeing what I'm dealing with? I'm dealing with this shit! It might be on later, depends on if Lori drags me on. She's my manager! She has officially became my full manager at this point. Door, that's a door, okay. So that's a window, so let's just like... I don't know, start building. We'll deal with it when we get there. Oh my fucking god! We'll deal with it when we get there. Yeah, deadass right now. If I just like... that looks a little better. Yeah. In fridge. Can we put the fridge here? Yeah, we can put the fridge here. So I want the fucking cabinet I have at home. Do we like that there? Or is it gonna look better over here? We'll have to put ovens and shit in. Oh my god. Leave them ovenless, yeah, deadass. This is just like a kitchen island, so I guess we'll put this just kind of like here. I don't know. Probably go the other way, shouldn't it? There we go. Get this induction mod. Do into a carpeted kitchen if they're annoying. I can't! They want the stupid ass wood! Give them the biggest ass fucking picture of a monochromatic city ever. Bro! Yeah! Okay, what do you mean there's no room? Yeah, there's room. Look at that. Look at that. Made them spend $200 on a fucking shitty ass painting. Rounded carpet! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We're gonna put this right here. Nah, Turk has the right idea. We're gonna put that right there, right in the annoying spot. Transparent bar stool. Good enough. Who the fuck uses bar stools? Yeah, I don't fucking know. Don't ask me. I don't fucking know. Colorful, as that looks like fucking granite, bro. That looks more like marble. There's a dining table over there. We'll put it by the window. Watch they fuck ass kids if they have any grandkids. Fucking bitch ass chairs. This is the most depressing house ever. Yeah, like what the fuck, dude? This is the saddest shit fucking ever, bro. Can I put some light switches in this house? How many? I don't know how many. Three. Cool. One over here. One. Can I put one right there? Damn. Okay. Well, fuck myself. I don't know. Three. Not my fucking problem. Man, these lights don't do shit. The fuck? Bro, and they want fucking small ceiling lamps too. So your lights don't even work! What are these lights for then? What the fuck? No! Bruh. Smallest carpet in existence. Bro. There we go. Can we sacrifice me for the funky frog bait reaction? No. No sacrifice. Why the fuck are we putting a couch in the kitchen? Oh my fucking god. Okay, well, this shit's all getting moved on. What in the fucking world? Don't make me buy this shit again. Come on. Come on. Yeah. No! Oh my lordy. This bitch wants so much. Oh, what the hell? What the fuck? Bro. Yeah. That's like the best run again, bro. The funky frog bait react was promised to us 3,000 years ago. I promised it after we did this. It's coming along so nice. Thank you. Make them spend all this money. Take the $1,000 flat screen. I'm making sure you don't play grr. Yeah, I'm trying to hang it on the fucking wall, bro. I can't put it on the fucking painting, bro. Then where am I gonna put the fucking TV? Up my ass? There you go. There's your fucking TV. I don't give a fuck. Chandelier, even though we have literally 7 fucking million lights in this goddamn room. Anyways. Oh my god. I make this shit look so atrocious. Because this bitch being so annoying. I want space, even though he said I could put anything I wanted down for all the floors. No, we want this. The fuck is in here supposed to be? This as well. Cool. The fuck? Bro, where don't want me to put these damn mirrors? On the fucking ceiling? Like, the hut? Bitch, you ain't gonna get mirrors in a minute. Hey, make sure to join shortly. There we go. What do you mean there's not enough room? About to get fucking one with the way that shit is. There we go. Beetlejuice ass looking room. This looks like heaven, bro. You sure about that, Lori? Maybe it's the type to actually enjoy the video game she plays. Yeah, just a bit. Fun. Hey, I'd be down. If they had raised figures, I would have traded you. Oh, ReZero. Oh yeah. Alright, we out of these hoes. Yeah. I love how when people have ashes of loved ones, they always put them in glass vases on the edge of tables. Yeah. Sorry, Grandma wants to feel involved. New. Cool. She got 18,000 now. Oh, 19,000. Good amount to work on that house. Man, my lights don't do shit. Alright. Well, that being said, though, let's watch some Funky Frog Bait. Boom.
Funky Frog Bait just claimed that the civil rights.
Okay. Stretch. Fuck. Oh my god, twice. Oh. Finish my damn lunch real fast. I'll start this hoe up. Alright. Everyone lock in. Buckle the fuck up. And I will change the stream in a second, but I wanna stuff my mouth with food.
Funky Frog Bait just claimed that the civil rights movement was a mistake and swore their allegiance to the Confederate flag. Or at least that's what you'd think that they did based on the response that we are seeing from millions of people. No, in reality, this situation is a lot more frustrating and a lot less deep than people are making it out to be, which in a roundabout way has made it so much more deep than it ever could have possibly been conceived to have been. Because the fact that the internet is trying to oust someone who is so clearly an ally, so clearly a good person, is both insufferable, terrifying, but worst of all, unsurprising. Now, firstly, I want to make it clear before we get into this that Funky Frog Bait might have some wee blind spots as a white person race-wise. Like, Pretty much everyone does, by the way. And it might be good for them to realize those blind spots and work on them before repeating this same mistake of giving strongly opinionated, I guess, monologues about topics that they are uneducated about. Particularly on live stream format, which is a format they're not used to because it's a lot easier to do something like that there. Bottom line, what I'm saying is it's not like they did nothing wrong at all. And I will absolutely be showing you all where they messed up, but also why they messed up. Because as a creator who has been both racially abused and also baselessly accused of racism in my short career, I genuinely feel as though I have a lot to add to this conversation. Also, bottom line though, Funky Frogbait is clearly not a racist, and anyone who's saying that they are is, in my opinion, just trying to out-moral people or virtue signal, as opposed to actually going after genuinely racist people and getting to the roots of these issues. I'll talk about why that's happening in this video, of course, but first, I understand that this is going to make no sense to anyone who doesn't actually know anything about this situation, so preamble over, let's actually talk about what happens now, shall we? And I would urge anyone who either agrees or disagrees with me based on the first, minute or so of this video to actually stay tuned and listen to what I have to say. I mean, if you want to base your entire opinion of this video and me as a person on that 1 minute where I don't actually talk about anything substantial, then fair enough, I guess, but I would urge you to stay. You know, if you disagree with me at the end of this and you think I'm a massive arse, that's whatever, right? But at least you'll have listened to me. So I guess first I should show you all who Funky Frogbait is, for those who don't know. I'm sure most of you do, though, because the majority of people subscribed to this channel are probably subscribed to theirs. They're a YouTuber, they've got over 3 million subscribers, and they're really, really good. I'm a genuine fan of this channel. I think that they're great. I think they're well researched, I think they're well written, I think that they're funny, and I think that they're creative as well. If you've never heard of the channel, I'd recommend you give them a watch because they are great, and if you enjoy this one, you will definitely enjoy theirs. I genuinely use it as inspiration for the type of content that I would like to produce in the near future. Now, just to be clear, although I am a self-admitted fan of their content, I am not going to be like, there's no bias here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people
biased.
being
Kill
like,
him now.
there's,
Don't let
unintentional
Lori be the
bias,
judge
you don't
and
realize
jury.
no, there's no bias here, I promise you. If I never heard of this person before, I'd still have this exact same opinion. Okay, so with them out the way, we are going to talk about Gooseworks. Gooseworks is like the antithesis for the start of everything, right? The thing that blew up Funky Frogbait and exposed them for the racist that they are. Because Gooseworks is another horrific racist who thinks that the civil rights movement was a mistake and also is a massive fan of the Confederacy, I guess. In fact, from what I'm hearing about this person, Jesus, they must be KKK adjacent. This is Gooseworks here. They are the creator of a massively popular internet show called The Amazing Digital Circus. As you can see by the most popular videos on this channel here, Glitch, The Amazing Digital Circus gets hundreds of millions of views per episode. I personally have never watched a single episode. Just a caveat there for those who are interested, I guess. But yeah, massively, insanely popular show. Here's Gooseworks' personal channel. They have 2 million subscribers and they're sort of just a shitposty channel, I guess. I mean, when they got something as successful as The Amazing Digital Circus in their back burner, then they don't really need to do anything on their main channel, I guess. There you go. That is a video on,
Haven't you seen
on
The
her
Amazing
channel, I
Digital
guess.
Circus?
That
I have
video was
not.
titled Update. So yeah, not too much to talk about on their
I've heard
channel
about it.
personally, I suppose. It's quite nostalgic though. As I scroll down, I'm getting like really old school Newgrounds vibes, to be honest. Seems like there's someone who just sort of stuck at their passion and eventually came to make something that was incredibly fucking successful. So honestly, good on them. That shit is incredibly admirable. Although maybe I shouldn't be so quick to say that because apparently they're a huge racist. I mean, they were so
What the
racist that
hell?
Funky Frogbait merely defending them made them a
Damn.
massive racist as well. So Jesus, let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at these tweets that people have been pointing out. Now I'm going to show you these tweets, but just bear in mind as I show you them that the reason Funky Frogbait is being cancelled is because they said that there was no real evidence that Gooseworks at this moment in time is a racist. That's
Ooh,
the
the
cliff
movie came
notes
out
there.
today
We're
for
obviously
it.
going to have a look at the clip itself that people are cancelling them over, but just bear that in mind for when I show you these tweets from Gooseworks. Here's a very famous tweet that people have been pointing out of them responding to someone saying incest is wincest. We have no idea what the original tweet was, and this is a tweet from 2015, over 10 years ago. Anyone who genuinely cares about this or thinks that this is a person who loves incest and that this isn't just an edgy shit joke, I think you're insane. Okay, so this is nothing, but there's many other tweets, of course. Let's have a look. It seems as though someone has sorted their tweet out by, they found the word incest on their Twitter, and they have found 5 tweets in the span of, once again, over 10 years that mention the word incest.
What the fuck? Let's read some of these. I can't really see that one. If I wrote Harry Potter, I'd make it pretty much exactly the same, but Hagrid has always tried to debate people about incest. Huh? They should make incest incense. Huh? Raggedy Ann and Andy chilling on a couch 5 feet apart because they're brother and sister. That'd be incest. What the fuck? I thought they were bros because incest is
in a
incest.
crass
What
fashion,
the
I
fuck?
suppose. So yeah, this isn't really evidence of anything. We can move on. I don't care. Oh my god, I've just found a tweet from 2016 of them saying that they're racist. There you go, there's a tweet from 2015. Like, is it seriously hard to
What
not be
the fuck?
racist? And then a year later they
What
say,
is
but
even
I
the
thought I
joke
already
for
told
most
you
of
I'm
those?
racist.
Yeah, I don't
Damn.
understand what
Well, I
the
guess
joke's
that proves
supposed
it.
to
We've
be.
got
Like,
one
ha
tweet
ha,
from them
shock
10 years ago
value,
just saying point blank period
AC so
that
cold.
they're a
There we
racist.
go.
This is something that we should take 100% seriously. So again, let's just be clear. This is one tweet from 10 fucking years ago of them jokingly saying that they're a racist. I have made similar jokes on this channel before and no one has given a fuck because it means nothing. Is Nazi the new term for someone who doesn't like when people do something bad? Because if so, I'm a Nazi. Okay? Again, this is a satirical tweet from over 10 years ago where they jokingly call themselves a Nazi. Anyone who is genuinely sitting there and going, oh my god, they've just genuinely admitted to being a Nazi is fucking that's unhinged behavior. You want to call it a bad joke from someone who has nowhere near the platform that they have now, then that's fine, I guess. But this is not proof of racism at all. Same goes for the tweet right under it from 2017, everyone's a Nazi for something. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? And then we've got these tweets here from 2022. Just a general curiosity, when you're with super close friends who you know really well, do you make horrible edgy jokes that you would never think of making in public or around anyone who wouldn't know you're joking? Fart Lover 1000 responds with Goose, is this something we should be worried about? Because a lot of artists have been revealed to make very racist jokes behind the scenes, and this is kind of making me nervous. Gooseworks says, I'm not gonna lie and pretend I don't make super edgy jokes around close friends. I think absurd, shocking stuff is funny, but I get why people don't like it or get the humor in it, which is why
That one reminds me of when one dude said, we all know pedophile. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
never make jokes like that around people who aren't comfortable with them. Is this even particularly unreasonable? I don't think so. Everyone
serious,
makes jokes that edge a little bit closer to the line when they are around people who they are more comfortable with or who they have known for years of their life. Because you know where each other's boundaries are. And usually with comedy or humor, the closer you get to the line without actually crossing it, the funnier it is. When you meet someone new or when you're an influencer who doesn't know where everyone's boundaries are, you don't make those same jokes. Now, I'm not saying that this is like a good thing for Gooseworks to say, by the way. Sort of going online and talking about, hey, look, you go ahead and cancel me, but I make edgy jokes in private. It's like, come on, mate, calm the fuck down. Like, I don't think it's, I think it's cringe. I do think it's cringe what they're doing here, but again, to call them a racist over this is insane to me, especially because we don't even know what the jokes in question are. That's like not reassuring at all, and as someone who's black, I'm just gonna have to unfollow you for this one. I grew up with your videos, so this is really hard to hear. Also, being racist isn't humor, it's called being racist. Yeah. Okay, I mean, if you're someone who thinks that it is completely irresponsible and unacceptable in all cases to make any joke that centers race as a subject at all, then that's whatever, I guess. You can have that opinion. I personally think that it's a little insane, but, you know, no hate towards anyone who has that opinion. If you want to unfollow them over that, then that's totally fine. But if you want to call them a confirmed racist over it, again, I think that is way too strong of a claim to make. Okay, here's another tweet from 2022. Again, this has 6 likes, dude. So they are not talking to anyone here. Like, this is a very, very small audience compared to the gargantuan one that they have now. The humor I find in offensive jokes isn't that I think saying horrible things about minorities is funny, it's more that I'm imagining the absurdity and stupidity of someone who would legitimately say it. Like, imagine someone actually saying this in this situation. Which is why I also clarify around super close friends, because they would know well enough to know you don't actually believe stuff like that. Again, I think it's cringe to like try and defend something that no one was even questioning you over Twitter. But nothing that they're saying here is particularly offensive at all, really. I mean, it all sounds pretty reasonable. I understand that this is like the justification that a lot of genuine racists use when they tell really fucking offensive jokes and use, oh, it's just humor as a crutch. But again, there's just no evidence that Gooseworks is actually doing that. If I were to make a tweet about Shadman, it would be way more direct and way more edgier, like something.
So that's why the Hagrid being an incest offender is supposed to be funny. I guess. So I'm supposed to be brain damaged, yeah.
Like, who's gonna fill the shoes Shadman left empty? I'm not gonna enjoy it, but I guess it's gonna be me. Something like that, I think. Okay, this is, again, a joking tweet from 2021 about Shadman, who is an artist who made lolly art, I guess. If you want to use this as evidence that there's some sort of predator, then that's whatever, I guess. But I just don't care. I just don't care. It's also not relevant for this conversation because we're talking about the racism allegations. Oh my goodness, this person has also posted them saying the N-word. That's Nega Angel. They have, of course, left out the critical piece piece of context that nega is a term used in these art communities as like a shortened version of negative. And so if the character being spoken about on this YouTube live is called Angel, adding the prefix nega before the word angel implies that this is like the opposite of the character Angel. Like the Flash and the anti-Flash, which is like the evil version of the Flash, I guess. This would be like calling Bo Burnham an insane racist for that very famous vinegar joke that they made a couple of years back.
We'll do a racial joke about the white people so you don't feel uncomfortable. White people, we like the same foods. Favorite sandwich, peanut butter and jelly, macaroni and our favorite chips, salt and wow.
Nega is obviously not a term that they use nowadays
them.
because it sounds too much like the N-word, and that's fine, I guess, whatever. Again, I just don't really give a fuck. I honestly think that anyone who isn't unhinged will look at these tweets and think, oh, some old edgy tweets that we shouldn't take too seriously. And that's it, by the way. Like, that is genuinely it. Well, actually, no, there is this clip here of the Digital Circus crew playing a game of Jack in the Box, I think? Or Quiplash, whatever this game is called.
So long, nigga. Goose, I really want to read the message you just sent, but I don't want to get in trouble again.
Hold on, let me see the message. Hold on, I'll read it. That's Nega Angel. I'll take the blunt of it for you, dearie.
Dearie? Oh, thank you, honey. Fetus still.
Get on Jackbox, say a little N-word.
What the fuck?
Okay, now just for context, this clip looks pretty bad. This is a clip of the Digital Circus crew over 7 years ago, telling, in my opinion, a insensitive joke. And also, for added context, Gooseworks isn't even a part of the fucking clip. Gooseworks is being criticized for having hired these people to work on Digital Circus years later. The crew were obviously criticized when this 7-year-old clip was dug up, and they apologized for it, which is good. I think it's worth apologizing for, because it was, in my opinion, a very insensitive joke. However, there is a difference between acknowledging that someone said an insensitive joke 7 years ago, a joke that they have apologized for now, and saying that that joke they made 7 years ago, especially when it's the only evidence you have for them being a racist, means that they are currently an insane racist who can never redeem themselves ever. They apologize. This is one of them apologizing in a tweet here. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but it's a very genuine apology in my opinion. There is nothing more needed from them. We can move on. Here is another person who was part of the clip responding. Again, I think it is completely genuine. I think it's a good apology. I think it is proportional to the initial incident. I think we can move on.
This
now
means
again,
when
if
I
you
get
choose
canceled for my years of being addicted to snow, you will be blamed. What the fuck?
not to move on, if you choose to
Lori,
stop supporting
elaborate.
them and, you know, it's unacceptable to
Elaborate.
support their art because of these old clips, that's whatever. You can have that opinion. But let's not act as though it's unreasonable to have the opinion that I hold as well, which is it really isn't that deep. Like, it just isn't. They made a couple edgy jokes, like, a decade ago. Not even a couple. That's, like, the only clip that people can pull up of the actual cast making racist jokes, I guess. That's the closest thing you could get to it. And they all apologized for it. And that's all guilt by association type shit. The stuff that fucking Gooseworks themselves was saying is way tamer than what that clip entails. And Gooseworks, of course, is also someone who has taken a very clear stand against racism and the people defending them using racism against these old tweets and stuff. I feel like I should say, if you think you're on my side by saying genuine racist, hateful things to black people in the fandom, then it is my personal belief that you should shoot yourself in the head with a gun. That's everything, by the way. I've covered every racist tweet that people have been talking about. Every evidence of Gooseworks' racism that people have been talking about. Now,
my PR team told me not to elaborate. Well, I'm your PR team. Elaborate.
you might disagree with me. I think it is very reasonable to say that there is no evidence for Gooseworks currently being a racist. If you genuinely believe that they are in fact a racist, you can believe that, that's fine, but you would be making an assumption. I also think it is completely reasonable to say that if you want to thrust the accusation of racism upon this person and accuse anyone who supports them of also being a racist, or anyone who just believes that they aren't a racist of being a racist, you are fucking unhinged. And it's just confusing to me because most of the people accusing, it's almost like they want them to be racist. racist, but a lot of these people are fans of the show, fans of Funky Frog Bait. So what the fuck are you doing trying to stretch these accusations of racism based on pretty much nothing onto the people that you supposedly enjoy so much? Well, I know the reason why. It's because these people actually have souls and the criticism will affect them. When you call someone like Asmongold racist, that shit just bounces off them like a bouncy ball on a brick fucking wall. But when you accuse Funky Frogbait of racism, it's actually going to affect them because they're a good person. Clearly a good person, clearly an ally, clearly someone who cares about these issues. Anyway, without further ado, let's actually have a look at the clip that got Funky Frogbait
my form
cancelled.
of exercise.
You probably
What?
understand why I think that perhaps they might be. Okay, well, I didn't think they were poisoned originally, but now that you've said that, you can probably understand why I think that perhaps they might be. Funky Gooseworks is a racist, bad news. Literally, y'all made that up. Y'all made that up. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, I have to take this second for that. Y'all literally will go online and there's two different types of people, right? There's people that go online and then just make up shit about people. But you know who also is terrible? The people who make up bad shit about people with literally zero evidence and then spread that without doing their own research.
Yeah, they're right. They're bang on here.
Yeah.
If you are saying Gooseworks is a racist, you're
This is how Manny reacts to me when I make up shit about her in chat. I'm like, hold on, y'all. I gotta set the record straight.
maybe making it up is a bit too strong, but you are taking very limited and very shallow bits of evidence and over-exaggerating them to a terrifying and unreasonable extent. Now, as we will find out, Funky Frogbait hasn't actually seen any of those old tweets at this point. Now, I don't know if that's something that they lied about in their response video to sort of cover their arse a little bit, or if it's genuinely true and they didn't think those tweets were a big deal, which I am on that boat, by the way. It's not something I'm going to lie about. I'm not going to say that I don't know about the tweets and that I don't think they're a racist and that the only reason I don't think is because I'm not. No, I've seen the tweets. I don't think they're a racist. Or at the very least, if they are, it has nothing to do with those old fucking tweets. However, if it is genuinely true that Funky Frogbait hasn't seen the tweets or the evidence that people are talking about, they probably shouldn't have come in with such a strong opinion on the topic that they haven't educated themselves on. However, I also can completely understand how they came to this conclusion. I'll let them talk more, but trust me, I've got a lot to say here.
If you go online and you see a random, unverified rumor about a creator, which this has happened to me countless times, which is why it pisses me off so bad, and you immediately just start spreading that shit all over the place. Yeah, did you hear? They were racist. Did you hear? They're actually transphobic. Did you hear? They're actually homophobic. Did you hear? They actually were mean to a fan in public. You are just as bad as the person who made up that shit. Because you have the basic ethical requirement to just make sure something insane and awful that you're saying about a person is true before you start spreading that shit. So you are just as bad as the person who made that up if you just spread it without verifying it.
I don't know if they are just as bad, but I completely understand what they're talking about. I'll tell you guys a little story here. I'm going to take this channel back 2 years ago, roughly 2 years, maybe not even 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, well, a year and 8 months, whatever, a while ago. I was accused by a white woman of many things, many things. We will go for racism, which was actually one of the least offensive things that I was accused of, but since it is pertinent to the conversation, we will stick to the racism allegation. I am going to play you all the clip that led this creator to the conclusion that I was in fact a racist, and by proxy, hundreds of thousands of people were then led to believe that I was in fact a racist because they all believed it with no evidence, really. In every other aspect of school life, the bloke's clueless. He doesn't know how to act like a school kid at all, but he's kind of nailed it on this one. The tones, the mannerisms, he's so sassy. To all the girls watching this who like sassy men, if this doesn't get your beef curtains in a twist, then I don't know what will. Now, my prescription of that, I think, 2-year-old clip at this point is that it was a bit of a cringe joke to make. I don't really use language like beef curtains or any of that bullshit in my channel now. I ultimately just don't find it very funny, and it's just crass. It's just a little too edgy for the sake of being edgy. You can call it a misogynistic thing to say, I wouldn't really have a problem with that, but regardless, not a huge deal, and also not something I do anymore. Now, believe it or not, the clip I just played led hundreds of thousands of people to believe that this was the accusation that was made. I had a preference for pale, bleached vaginas, and I was disparaging and insulting women of color for not having white vaginas or unpigmented vagina lips. I was also called an incel and a porn addict because of this clip, by the way. You might think I'm exaggerating here. I promise you I'm not. But we'll stick to the racism clip, right? Whatever. A white woman accused me of insulting women of color for their vaginas based on me saying beef curtains jokingly a couple of years back. It wasn't a couple of years back at the time. It was like maybe 2 months back. And obviously, as I say it now, it seems ridiculous and insane and unhinged. However, I am not lying to you. I am not exaggerating. Certain people who have been here for a while will know this to be true as well. This led hundreds of thousands of people to genuinely believe that I was, in fact, a racist. I was getting thousands of comments, of DMs, of tweets, of TikToks, of people calling me a racist, calling me an incel porn addict. Again, those are some of the least offensive accusations that were thrown against me at the time, but we'll stick to the ones that are relevant to this video. People had managed to even find my girlfriend at the time's private Instagram account to alert them of my racism and porn addiction. Again, I cannot make it clear that the majority of people who viewed and listened to this white woman believed her, and that clip there was all it took for people to believe that I was a massive racist. Now, the reason that this is directly relevant to the Gooseworks situation and this Funky Frogbait situation is when people come into Funky Frogbait's live chat and say, Gooseworks is a massive racist, Funky, as someone who knows the internet and knows how easy it is to manipulate audiences, something that I am all too familiar with as well, unfortunately, as someone who has been on the worst end of it many times at this point. If Funky is someone who is familiar at all with Gooseworks, will look at a comment like that and think, this is probably someone massively over-exaggerating claims of racism like the internet does so commonly. Like, if I was live streaming and someone came into the chat and left me a $5 donation calling Curtis Connor a massive racist, I would probably think this is likely to be nothing. Now, I understand that it is potentially a microaggression to immediately dismiss claims of racism. And I'm not even saying that this isn't even a sign of a blind spot that Funky Frogbait has race-wise. I'm not saying that this isn't a microaggression. I do think that microaggression is the absolute worst case scenario for what you can prescribe this clip with, however. And microaggressions, virtually by definition, are micro. The reason why micro is built into the term is because it's not an example of obscene, insane, cancelable racism. It is something that can be learned and apologized for and moved on from, especially because this is like one instance of it in a very long career that they have had. A career where they are constantly showing how much they understand the issues of people of color, sympathize with said issues, and have done much activism to help oppressed groups as well. They are clearly an ally, clearly a good person, and have made a lot of good content centered around such allyship, I guess. For you to take this one clip of a potential and very understandable, in my opinion, microaggression on a live stream that isn't pre-planned or pre-written and call Funky Frogbait a fucking racist that can't be listened to and needs to be cancelled over this, it cannot be moved on from, it cannot be apologized for, is fucking unhinged. We're not even done with this clip. We're not even done with the clip. I will let it play out, don't worry. But I'm trying to make it as clear to you guys as possible as a content creator who has dealt with issues like this, who has seen accusations like this be circled around and hive-minded by people in real time who don't actually do any research, are unable to think for themselves, accusing so many people, me being one of them at some point, of insane fucking allegations that are based on nothing. This is very common for the internet. So as much as I don't agree with Funky Frogbait's reaction here, if they are truly uneducated on the topic, I completely understand it. And I hope you guys can respect that.
Literally no evidence that they were a racist. Literally none. That's just something that people were making up and spreading all over the place. Because why go after people that are openly racist, openly homophobic, openly transphobic, when it's so much more fun and satisfying and there's so much blood in the water when you can find someone who is actually just trying to be a decent person, but then plot twist, hot take, they're actually bad. See, that's so much more fun, right? It's so much more fun to, like, try to dig up dirt on someone who's, like, making genuinely good art, or donating to a bunch of really important causes, or trying to raise awareness about like really important social justice issues.
Yeah, I mean, they're correct. They're just right. They are just right. I don't know how much good work Gooseworks has done, but if they are truly doing all of that shit and people are calling them a huge racist who cannot be redeemed because of those old tweets from like a fucking decade ago, I mean, again, it's not surprising, but it's incredibly fucking disappointing. Now, the exact same thing is happening to Funky Frogbait. They're talking about what's happening to themselves here. But also, like I said, it's not just that it's more fun to dig up dirt on people who are allies, or in a lot of people's minds, just pretending to be allies to prove that they're not who they say they are and that they're secretly a massive racist. It's also because those people are more likely to respond because they're not fucking sociopaths. Like I said before, you call Asmongold a racist, he's not gonna fucking respond to you. He's not gonna make a response video on TikTok or YouTube. He's not gonna apologize. It's not gonna work. So people just sort of give up instead of focusing their attention towards genuinely racist people, genuinely offensive, genuinely dangerous people. They go for people like Funky Frogbait and Gooseworks.
It's way more fun to ruin those people's lives than the people who are actually openly awful, disgusting people, right? Oh, the blood in the water just tastes so much better when we do it to those people, right?
Like, look at this fucking top comment. Oh, wow, this clip is actually horrible. It's not. It really isn't. It's not horrible. They're correct. I know they apologized for this clip. I disagree with their apology. Partially. Again, okay, so like I said, if they genuinely have no idea about the tweets, they should not be talking about something that they are not educated on. They shouldn't. With this strong of an opinion, they shouldn't be doing it. It is potentially a microaggression. It's bad. They shouldn't have done it. Fine. And maybe that's worth apologizing for. But they're also correct. Like, they are just, even without knowing it, if they don't know it, if they don't know they're correct, that's whatever. That's one thing. But they are correct here, even without knowing it. Whether they are knowledgeable of how correct they are or not, they are absolutely fucking bang on here. People are saying the clip is horrible, I think, because she sounds very angry and a little unhinged and emotional about this. No.
Low-key, I wouldn't have apologized because I'm too stubborn. Yeah, depending on the situation, I wouldn't apologize either. Like, just defending someone that's not being racist from what it seems. I mean, nega means negativity. If that's an art community thing. I mean, I haven't heard about it, so take that with a grain of salt, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If that's just an art term, that's just an art term. I don't know why we're just, I don't know. Too much drama for me to even care about getting involved in.
I really fucking empathize with them here. I completely understand why they're getting so angry about it. I don't know if any of you have tuned into my streams, but it's not uncommon for me to get like this either. And we're both relatively new to streaming, which, like, streaming at the best of times gets you a little fucking, you know, pissed off. But when you're new to it and I'm not like a great streamer yet or anything, I'm getting better. I definitely am getting better. Like, when you watch the old videos on Shepherd Boy, compare them to now, it's like night and day. Go subscribe to Shepherd Boy, by the way, my live stream channel. But yeah, it's hard, and you are more likely to say things that you don't really mean or that you've not fully researched or whatever. And as content creators, it is very easy to get angry at issues that affect, because this isn't really about Gooseworks. Who gives a fuck about Gooseworks? This is about how easy it is to manipulate people and how easy it is for accusations as big as racism to be spread around baselessly with no evidence, with millions of people believing them based on nothing. And they're so believed that even just defending the person or saying that they might not be a huge racist makes you a fucking racist by proxy. That idea is terrifying to content creators for very good reason, because it means that you could also potentially be cancelled for fucking nothing. I mean, it's literally happened to me before, and now it's happening to Funky Frogbait.
Views when I talk about because when people see that I'm talking about a person that they like that's actually secretly evil, I get way more views than if I actually try to hold people accountable who are openly and obviously being bigoted and nasty. Yeah. Please. Miss me with that shit. I'm so over it. I'm so over. It's not even cancel culture anymore. It's literally sharks circling in the water and immediately going into a fucking feeding frenzy the moment a drop of blood breaks the surface tension of the waves. Immediately feeding frenzy. 100%. Dox them, dox their families, ruin their lives, cut off their income, spam in their comment sections, ruin their lives. I'm over it. I'm so over it. I'm so done. And the fact that I can't even step up to defend Gooseworks without someone being like, actually, they're racist. Really? Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? Oh, did you just see that in the comment section somewhere?
I love how
and now
Funky
it's your
didn't just
God-given
sound
duty
angry.
to
She would have given the perfect response.
That is what it is. It's like the fucking DoorDash thing. Oh, she opened the door. What's your evidence? I saw a TikTok comment. That's all it is. That's how easy it is to manipulate people, because people on the internet are fucking stupid. I don't even know. Maybe that's too harsh. Maybe genuinely that is too harsh. I don't know if people on the internet are dumb. It's just that people on the internet don't have the time to dig into every accusation or allegation that is made about a person, because most of them have jobs. So if they see something, it's just easier for them to assume that it's true because in good faith, they assume that the person saying it isn't lying or malicious or horrible. I obviously think that is naive, and it's very easy for me as a content creator whose job it is to be online to call that stupid, but when I really think about the situations that most of these commenters or people online are in, that aren't content creators, that have normal jobs and normal families and shit, that don't have time to go into every allegation like I do, I understand why they believe them. I do. But again, I also completely understand what Funky Frogbait is talking about here, and I am also over it. I've been over it for fucking years now.
I'm over it! I'm so over it! I'm so over people pretending that they're good people because they spend all day just absolutely hell-bent on ruining everyone's lives. And that's all you do all day long. You don't contribute anything creative to the internet. You don't make any meaningful content. You don't add any, like, insight that's remotely valuable or good. You don't offer anyone fucking encouragement or kindness a single moment in your life. But what you will do all day long and feel so ethically superior while doing it is literally just spreading the most abjectly false, disgusting, vilifying statements about literal innocent strangers. It'll be someone who makes pottery for a living, and you're like, actually, I heard from user 747, that this business, blah, blah, blah. That's all you do all day long. And you feel like a good person when doing it, and you should be ashamed of that. Over it. Over it. I'm so done. And here's the thing. I don't even like The Amazing Digital Circus that much. I don't know anything about Gooseworks. Okay? At the end of the day, I have no dog in this fight, but it's so exhausting to see innocent people vilified and treated like garbage and having their lives ruined and having the love of their art stripped from them publicly, like they're getting tarred and feathered in the town square.
I don't know anything about Gooseworks after going on a 5-minute rant trying to defend them. Again, though, this is the thing, and this is what I feel as though they should have done a better job portraying. Again, they're not perfect here, but again, it's a live stream, so I'm gonna give them some grace. This is not really about Gooseworks. It isn't. It's not about Gooseworks. It's about a content creator being fucking terrified about how easy it is for false and baseless allegations to be spread based on nothing. I'm sure you can all understand how, as a content creator, that is a horrifying thought, and it's one that unfortunately isn't going away anytime soon. It's something that I genuinely really try actively to fight against on this channel, but like, you know, what the fuck am I gonna do? I know that's quite like a defeatist attitude to have. Don't worry, I'm not gonna stop trying to do it, but like, I understand how little impact I am having on the wider internet as a whole. I'm not saying I've had no impact. Every now I get comments every now and then being like, oh, you've helped me view the internet in a more critical lens, or like actually think about allegations before I parrot them, or when I see them online. And that shit, it really makes my day. Like, it warms my cold, icy heart. That genuinely, that makes it all worth it for me. It really does. I love that shit. Because it really, especially because it really isn't hard. It really isn't hard to demand enough evidence for a claim of racism before you are able to parrot that someone is a horrific racist, and that anyone who defends them or supports them is also a horrific racist.
My neck out for any rando at this point. Because because it's just a matter of time before it happens to me.
Yeah, that's the crux of the issue here. This isn't about Gooseworks. Now, where they fucked up is they are defending Gooseworks without knowing anything about them. They haven't seen the tweets. Yeah. I think if they started this monologue with, I've seen the tweets and they mean fucking nothing, then there would be nothing wrong with what Funky Frogbait did here. It's just the fact that they haven't seen anything and they're immediately assuming that it's all bullshit, which is potentially bad, potentially microaggressive, but also completely fucking understandable from a content creator's point of view. I really hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down there, because I don't know if I'm verbalizing it in the most easy to understand way. Anyone who makes content or is like a content creator or a YouTuber will understand exactly what the fuck I'm saying. But for everyone else, I can only really help. I guess genuinely let me know in the comments if I'm getting this across the way that I want to. Even if I am and you disagree with me, of course, let me know why as well. Like, this is it's a conversation that's very important to me. So I really do want to know what your thoughts are. Like, and I mean that genuinely.
I don't give a fuck about the Amazing Digital Circus, if I'm being honest. I think Glitch has much more interesting projects. In my opinion, I've said that multiple times. But it doesn't matter if I don't personally like a creator that much. I will still stick my neck out for them when I see this dogpiling bullshit, because I know that tomorrow it's gonna be me. And every creator should be thinking like that. Before they join these dog piles, before they're like, Chaperone hates children, think for 5 seconds how likely it is that's gonna happen to you next. Just use some basic logic.
I mean, that's so correct.
Crazy how she predicted her own demise, yeah. I'm wondering if it goes into... Yeah, it goes into her... and all that shit. Okay,
And the thing is, if it does happen to you, and you are someone who has parroted these allegations with no evidence, then you can't fucking complain, because you have fostered an audience of people intentionally who are willing to believe fucking anything based on nothing. So when you are a victim of said harassment campaigns or slander campaigns, you fucking, that's the whole you, dog, go lie in it.
And recognize that you're next on the chopping block. So even if you don't know the creator, you should at least put in a little effort, I feel like, to kind of pump the brakes a little bit on these hate trains. Because most of the time, they don't make sense. Sorry. I had to go on that rant. I feel like it's a long time coming.
And there you go. That is the clip that everyone is furious at Funky Frogbait for. I feel like now is a good time to have a look at their first response. They have released another response like 10 hours ago at time of recording. We're going to watch the first one first, and then we're going to look at some coverage of their response, and then we will look at their newest and improved apology, I guess. Oh, yeah, okay. Heads up. I remember how this starts now. The start is not great.
Made any attempt to address a negative reaction to something I have said, it has immediately resulted in far worse backlash. I am in every single possible way incentivized to do nothing right now. Everything about this statement will be scrutinized and insulted, from my tone of voice, the fact I'm reading from something I wrote beforehand, the way I look, my choice of wording, even the length of the video itself. I've been on the internet for a long time. I know how this works.
Yeah, I mean, she's absolutely correct. People, I always fucking hate those, I always hate those criticisms of, oh my god, I can't believe you're reading from a script. It's like, no, this is my life. This is my fucking career. My career is on the line here. Let me read off a fucking script. Not being scripted and saying something off the cuff is what got me into trouble to begin with. There is nothing wrong with reading from a script in a situation like this. It does not make it any less heartfelt. However, her starting the apology with, I don't need to apologize. In fact, apologizing is, I'm incentivized not to, but I'm doing this because I'm a good person. I think it's really tacky. I do think it's tacky. I do think it's cringe. Is it a big deal? Is it that deep? Not really. But it is a bit cringe. Sure, I'll give you that.
But there is something about thousands of people calling you a racist that really cannot go unacknowledged. I'm not going to cry on camera or bring out a ukulele. If you still think I'm a racist after watching this video, it is not my place to tell you otherwise. I'm just going to tell you exactly what happened and address the accusations against me. After this, I will continue to upload my content as usual because I will have nothing more to say about this. This past Sunday, while playing a game on stream, someone brought up the Amazing Digital Circus. I had just seen a Penguin Zero video about how the last episode was leaked and how the creator, Gooseworks, had received intense criticism for this, despite it being out of her control. I am not a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus. I have previously expressed my disinterest in the show after the topic had been spammed in my chat during streams multiple times. The community surrounding the show seemed very unpleasant to be a part of, and I honestly did not want to associate with it. Despite this, I still express sympathy for Gooseworks because I want indie art to succeed, even if it's indie art that I don't particularly like. I made the point that while many users claim to want more authentic human-made content, they often treat the humans making it poorly. While talking about this, a handful of users started spamming that Goose.
I should spam you with a show to watch. I'm like, JJK isn't already on that list. I still gotta fucking actually add that on something.
Works was a racist in the chat. While most of my viewers are wonderful and I love to interact with them, there are others who will spam misinformation, insults, and extremely dark subject matter at me while streaming. My moderators are volunteers. They do the best that they can. These were extremely serious allegations from a fanbase that has developed a very bad reputation online, provided without any context whatsoever. My only knowledge of Gooseworks' behavior at this point with regards to racism was that she had recently made it very clear that racists were not in any way welcome in the Amazing Digital Circus fandom in a very strongly worded tweet. I have since done my research, as I have been asked to do. What I found were certainly not things I would ever post. From what I can tell, they were intended to be jokes, but I personally didn't find them funny, and it makes sense that they would disturb people.
Yeah, the reason why no context was probably given in those original chat messages is because they didn't know the context, because they were just following what other people said. Like, the tweets are actually pretty hard to find. They're not easy to find at all. There's no way the majority of people calling Gooseworks a racist have actually seen the fucking tweets. What Funky says there about understanding why the original tweets may disturb, I mean, because I agree with them, I don't find them very funny. I don't think that they're good jokes, but again, they are very obviously jokes. They're very obviously not markers of their genuine opinion on black people or people of color, especially nowadays, a decade after most of the tweets were made. And whilst, yeah, I guess I can understand why they may disturb people, it's just not a religion or thought process that I myself subscribe to in the least.
Whether or not Gooseworks' more recent statements show sufficient personal growth to ethically consume her content seems to be a very hotly contested question right now.
It shouldn't be. It really fucking shouldn't be. I think honestly that goes to show why the digital circus community has such a fucking horrible reputation. The fact that that is like a hotly contested debate is insane to me. It's insane to me.
It's an easy question for me. I already wasn't, and don't see myself doing so in the future. In the moment while streaming, based on the information I had, I shut down the chatters who were making these accusations. I assumed this was just more extreme behavior stemming from the episode leak.
It's so funny because their assumption, whilst yes, being an assumption, you shouldn't have assumed that's bad, but to be clear, their assumption was absolutely fucking correct. It was just a bunch of irrelevant shit being blown out of proportion after the episode leak. That's exactly what it was. Again, you shouldn't have assumed it. You should have educated yourself properly. Fucking whatever. But they were correct.
It made me very upset because it touched on something that had been weighing on me for a while. That harassment campaigns online under the guise of accountability have gotten out of control. That these harassment campaigns often spread misinformation. That the purpose of these call-outs or cancellations or whatever you want to call them is often not effective at actually preventing harm, but it is very effective at finding a righteous justification for doing harm to someone else.
They're so correct. They're so fucking correct here, dude. It's just like, it's actually really validating for me as a content creator who has gone through this shit before, to watch someone vocalize the thoughts that I have had for years now. Someone who isn't me, obviously. It's like, fuck, I'm not the only one who feels this way.
The irony was that only a few hours later, videos accusing me of being a racist were getting thousands of likes.
Are we still getting angry at people for things they said 10 years ago? Bro, there's people saying heinous things today. Yeah, literally.
If you, after hearing the facts about what happened, choose to still believe that I am a racist, that makes me horribly sad. But I can't do anything about it. If you believe, as many people have stated, that I'm just another fake white queer that likes to live out rather than meaningfully critique the evils of white supremacy and capitalism, I disagree with you. But I accept that I can't change your mind.
Of course, if you want to have that opinion, you're completely free to do so. I think you're fucking unhinged, but, you know, you're allowed to have that opinion for sure.
What I refuse to accept is the people filling my comment sections so obviously delighted to prove that I have been secretly bigoted and hypocritical all this time, after everything that I have posted. I refuse to accept the glee with which they finally feel justified to say extremely cruel things about me as a person. I refuse to accept people dropping isolated claims that I am racist on several social media platforms, completely separated from the context of the original video, likely leading many of my followers to believe that if they are not white, I do not value or advocate for them, which is not true. This behavior is disgusting. Exactly what I was addressing on stream.
Yeah, by the way, completely valid frustration on their end. Completely valid. It's not an apology. They've not apologized for anything, but I don't think they I don't think they need to. I don't think they need to I don't think they did really anything wrong. Okay, again, just to be clear, they should have educated themselves before they had a strong opinion on it, like I've said so many times before, but they didn't do anything meaningfully wrong.
This is the only statement that I will be making about this. If you want to continue to express how much you dislike me, that's fine. All I can ask is that you try to do so responsibly. Leave your opinions under this video or the video where the incident actually occurred so that people have the full context of the situation. Cite your sources. Use my actual words. If you are right, and I am secretly a terrible person, this basic level of honesty should not weaken your position at all. I would also ask that you perhaps engage with me the same way I engage with all of you. The things I say are said in my voice with my face attached to it. I don't think it's unfair to ask for the same level of vulnerability. This may be entertaining drama for you, but it is not to me. I cannot prove to you that I'm a good person. I can only continue to make content about weird topics I find interesting, raise awareness and donate to help communities that need it, and try to make people laugh, because that's the whole reason I started doing this. Whether you continue to watch me or not is up to you.
Not even a single sorry in there, yeah, because it wasn't needed. They didn't need to say sorry. There was nothing worth apologizing for. Then someone mentions the part where they actually do say sorry. 3 minutes in to say sorry instead of saying it off the bat. Masterful gambit. Oh, sorry, hang on. You said not even a single sorry in there, and then there is a single sorry in there. So, you know how you're criticizing them for not having educated themselves or looked at all the evidence before they make a claim about something, and then you're sat there in a TikTok comment doing the exact same fucking thing? Why didn't you say sorry for that? I mean, you did say sorry, quoting that she didn't say it. Why don't you apologize for the misinformation that you're spreading if you're so angry at them for doing it? Maybe it's because, like they said, you're a fucking idiot. Man, people love complaining. They just love it. You forgot to say, sorry, I assumed something with no proof. There just was no proof. I mean, there is no proof that they're a racist, so not really relevant in my opinion. And then you got the big dog just writing an apology for them. Hello, I deeply apologized. I wasn't completely informed upon stating my opinion, nor was I familiar with Gooseworks, and just wanted to defend a deeply personal show too. I apologize. What's
Not a single sorry. There is a sorry. Not quick enough, though. You can never win. Yeah, no. They're just fucking complaining.
Done is done. I will try to be better and more informed before making an opinion and defending someone. Just shut up. Don't fucking speak. They can speak for themselves. Thank you, mate. All you had to say, by the way. This is so fucking frustrating to me, dude. Apparently it's a cancelable opinion to still express sympathy for Gooseworks, which is what this person here is quoting Funky saying in the video, I guess, which they didn't say directly, but I guess is implied. If it is cancelable, my career is fucked after this, because I absolutely feel sorry for both Gooseworks and Funky in a situation like this, where they are being dogpiled based on nothing by a bunch of hive-minded fucking freaks. Pseudo-moralist arseholes. Y'all are talking about this as a great apology, yet they literally said they still support Gooseworks. Because there is no ethical reason to not support them. There is nothing wrong with still supporting Gooseworks after everything that's been revealed. If you choose not to, that's fine, but there's nothing wrong with doing so. I still express sympathy for Gooseworks. Why? With 13.5 thousand likes. Because they didn't really do anything wrong. They didn't. Are we like, it's a fucking edgy joke from what, 10 years ago, and a stream that they weren't even a part of, that everyone apologized for, and them oversharing that they like telling edgy jokes to their closest fucking friends 4 years ago. All we see from them nowadays is allyship and anti-racism. Oh, I could cry. I could honestly fucking cry right now, because it makes me so angry. It makes me so sad and frustrated seeing how Jesus Christ, dude. This video is gonna piss off a lot of people. I know it will. For a comment like this to have 14,000 likes, I know this video is gonna piss off a lot of people. This is gonna be one of those videos that I might end up losing subscribers from. But like I said before, if you add to these dog piles and then you end up getting dogpiled at some point yourself, you can't really complain. This is me putting a safety net on my career. Dogpilers with no critical thought or media literacy are not welcome here. So if you wanna fuck off and unsubscribe and never watch me again and now think that I'm a massive racist, have at it. I feel like it isn't that hard to say, oh, I haven't heard about that, I'll fact check it later. This one has 2,500 likes, and I think, yeah, it's pretty reasonable. I feel that's what they should have said, to be fair. That's definitely the best way to go about it on a live stream. Absolutely, that is the most suitable response to a situation that you don't know about. Again, like I said, I completely understand why they went about it the way that they did. However, I can also acknowledge that this undeniably is the right thing to have said there. So, yeah, fair enough. This is like the first comment that I'm seeing where I'm like, fair play. You are not unhinged. This is a very suitable criticism of Funky Frogbait, a very responsible way of disagreeing with them whilst also not being insane. Why would you ever start off an apology by saying you guys are going to be mean to me anyways because all you do is criticize, but I'll apologize anyway because I'm a good person? Yeah, like I said, that was tacky for sure. That was cringe. It was cringe. I get it. I really do get it. I really do get. Oh Jesus fucking Christ, dude. But yeah, as much as I get it, it was cringe. Okay, now before we go on to her next response, so like updated improved one, I want to go over some of the reviews of this one here.
I have made any attempt to address a negative reaction to something I have said. It has immediately resulted in far worse backlash. I am in every single possible way incentivized to do nothing right now.
In my unfortunately now taken down follow-up video where I talked about funky frog bait, I said in the caption that I didn't think this had to be some massive cancelable offense. In fact, with a genuine apology, this could be over with pretty quickly. But I also said that I'd be willing to put my life savings on the fact that they weren't going to do that they were either going to 1, ignore it, 2, double down, or 3, post a super manipulative and guilt-trippy post about how they're getting quote-unquote harassed. And lo and be fucking hold, they release a response video that starts off with the fact that they technically have no reason to do this, that it'll bring no benefit to them because people are still going to be mean, but they're still going to address it because they're just that good of a person. I want you guys to just take a second, divorce this from the situation it was born of, and imagine this is happening in your life. Someone yelled at you for something they were misinformed about and thus made themselves a hypocrite in the process. Now they're coming to apologize to you, but before they even utter the word sorry to you, they make sure to let you know that they really have no reason to apologize, that it is of no benefit to them, thus painting themselves as some kind of sacrificial lamb for doing so. You think, wow, that's kind of crazy.
Right, yeah, I agree. It was a cringe way of starting the video, but because the allegations aren't really anything to begin with, I just can't bring myself to care too much. I think it was a cringe way of starting the video and not really anything more.
Because it's the right thing to do when you're in the wrong? Like in this context, any person with at least half a brain cell wouldn't really accept shit about this apology. But of course, Funky has already lampshaded all of the reasons why this apology sucks ass in the beginning of the video.
I think that anyone with half a brain cell wouldn't even expect an apology, to be honest with you.
So pat on the back, Digi, for experiencing so many white people's apologies that you already know off the bat how they're gonna go. Anyways, let's talk about the actual content of said, I don't even know if you can call it an apology, because evidently the only thing Funky's sorry for is being too aggressive. The majority of this video isn't so much Funky taking accountability for their actions, and more so them reinstating their point. Mind you, no one disagreed with the point itself. Hell, even I agree with it. I have made videos before about how people will make up stuff to justify their hatred of lol cows, but it's not relevant here, because you were wrong.
No, it's directly relevant here, because they were correct. That's exactly what's happening. People are making shit up about Gooseworks. People are making up that they're a massive racist. Well, again, making up might be the wrong word, but in my mind, grossly over-exaggerating decade-old tweets that mean nothing, that to me is synonymous with making up claims of racism. If you disagree with me, that's fine. That's like whatever. That's pedantic, semantic talk. But in my mind, people are making up that they're a racist.
Someone who has done something wrong in order to defend them is just as bad as making up lies about someone in order to justify hating them. And yet, in the real show of irony, you don't even seem to remotely have the same amount of vitriol for yourself and your own spreading of misinformation, which I personally argue is more dangerous given your fan base and reach, than you did that chatter or the people calling you racist.
What misinformation did they spread? I'd love it if you told us.
They're not even necessarily wrong. Your first instinct being to shut down an allegation of racism without so much as missing a beat comes off as dismissive, like you don't think racism is that big of a deal and that people are over-exaggerating. I mean, let's look at it this way. Imagine me, a cis woman, is ranting about defending someone, and a person brings up the fact that they were transphobic, and without even missing a beat, I just say, no, that's not true, and I go on a rant about how people are spreading misinformation. Not only have I now been the one to spread misinformation to a wide fan base and actively silence already suppressed voices, but it comes off as me thinking transphobia as an issue is not that serious.
Yeah, again, I completely understand why that could be deemed a microaggression. For sure, I get it. I said that earlier, 100%. Potential microaggression, for sure. But I also understand completely, as a content creator, why they came to that opinion so quickly. Especially because it's about someone who is so... It's just so obvious. It's like what I said earlier. If someone came into my chat and said Curtis Connor was a racist, as someone who is knowledgeable about how damaging racism is, as someone who is also, you know, half black, half brown, has been racially abused and also baselessly accused of racism online before, I would look at that comment of someone saying Curtis Connor is a racist, and I wouldn't say it out loud. I don't think I would say it out loud. I wouldn't. But here's what I would say, like that comment said, oh really, I'm not too sure about that. I'll look into it on my own time, and then I'll come back to you later. But in my mind, I would be thinking, this is probably bullshit. The only difference is that Funky Frogbabe, you know, actually vocalized that opinion for about 5 minutes straight and went on a big rant about something that was on their mind, unfortunately related it to Gooseworks with people, because people are unfortunately they pick Gooseworks as the newest victim of the hive-minded harassment campaign for false and over-exaggerated accusations of racism that realistically shouldn't mean fucking anything. Unless there are some tweets that I somehow haven't seen. So you get comments like these all over the internet. I love Funky, bro. I'm actually so disappointed. They've always had a superiority complex. I'm glad people are finally noticing, to be honest. Start unloving them. This is just insanity. It's just so... Oh, man. It's just insane. It's really fucking insane. And then, of course, there are videos like this by TikTokers like Aunt Karen, who we've covered a few times on this channel. Oh, she's covered the new apology as well. We'll talk about this one, I'm sure, when we watch that one. But videos like this are like... There's a lot of videos like this one that are incredibly vague and don't actually talk about what happened, probably because if they talk about what happened, it'll become blaringly obvious just how fucking nothing it is, like just how over-exaggerated these racism claims are. Like the way that Aunt Karen talks about Funky Frogbait in this video, you would genuinely think that they fucking yelled the N-word unprompted on stream.
Isn't when you guys get called out for being racist, your immediate reaction is to deny the system that is calling you out. You made a comment People checked you on it. And whether you had all the facts at the time, you didn't wait to do that or to have them when you stated your opinion. So you can't then go back and ask people to take what you said in that moment and utilize what you now know to be true. The reality is you said what you said with such vigor, with such enthusiasm. Now when you get called out for being racist, you want to go, but guys, I didn't have all the facts at the time.
But if they didn't have all the facts at the time, that is important information. If they're making a response video, it is incredibly fucking important that they make it clear that they did not have all the facts at the time. Obviously, that might not justify what happened. That's not relevant to this situation in particular because it doesn't change anything. But if we're to live in a parallel world where the facts that they didn't have actually do matter and make Gooseworks a racist, and this was a genuinely horrible thing that Funky Frogbait did, it would be important to note that they did not have all the information at the time and have since educated themselves. Obviously, that does not justify their reaction during the initial stream clip, but it would be important for the response video, because if it was, if they did reveal that they had all the information, that they knew that they were a massive racist, and they still defended them, that would be a lot worse than them just being uneducated. Again, though, not relevant to this situation at all, because even after knowing everything about the situation, Gooseworks clearly isn't a fucking racist, and neither is Funky Frogbait.
Then why'd you even make a comment? You know, you guys can look at your comment section while you're streaming and what's going on and not respond. You chose to respond. You gave a response, and people took that response. And then to try to criticize and go, oh, cancel culture, I do the work, you don't. Because if you did the work, you wouldn't have been baited by your own comment section. I mean,
I'm so glad people on this side of the, honestly, I think I found a TikTok where like I can actually vibe with the comments here. I looked it up. This is a nothing burger. That seems to be the top comment. Fucking Jesus, thank fuck for that. Maybe there is hope. Okay, let's have a look at the new and improved apology video, eh?
My mistake. I fucked up. I'm gonna start over. We're gonna start off with I'm sorry. I genuinely thought the reason that people were upset at me was because they thought that Gooseworks and me were like this, and I defended all of their actions and thought they were just the best person ever. So my focus in my statement was just trying to go through exhaustive detail of everything that happened exactly as it happened, so that the people that were asking all of these questions would get the answers that I thought they wanted. That's why my statement came off so robotic and unfeeling, because I thought that kind of exact intellectual breakdown was what people expected of me. Now I understand that this
you wouldn't be baited by audience, as if every streamer doesn't get baited by their audience. Yeah, just like a Kenji.
Actually had nothing to do with Gooseworks at all, and just more my immediate knee-jerk reaction to an accusation of racism. There are so many people who have since gone online and gone through my apology explaining why it's bad. There was even somebody who used me to critique my own apology. So yeah, I was a massive hypocrite. I made the black people in my audience feel horribly uncomfortable, and I'm so sorry for that. I spend weeks researching the scripts for my main channel videos, and I have not gotten used to the streaming format, and I was irresponsible with it. So yeah, I am either going to completely step back from streaming, or I'm going to just really need to reevaluate how I do it. I never considered how diving into that format could potentially lead me into a situation that doesn't really reflect the carefulness with which I usually make content. It's a very different situation to pour over a script for hours and hours versus being put on the spot, and I was not prepared for it, and I reacted poorly. So in conclusion, the Funky Frogbait community is not a safe place for racists, and I'm going to try to be more responsible with my platform from here on out.
This is an amazing apology, and anyone who is genuinely still out there believing that they don't deserve a career, they deserve to be cancelled, there's no moving on from this, they're a massive fucking racist after this, yeah, there's nothing they could have done. There's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. And they've left a comment here, which honestly, I kind of find this pinned comment a little disappointing. Please don't try to minimize what I did. People look to me to do thorough research, and I did not. I'm the funny research guy, and I didn't research all funny. That was bad. I am sorry. Yeah, fair enough. I agree that it's bad. You didn't do the research before making a strong opinion on something, but you were also fucking correct. You just didn't know you were correct, but you are correct. Everything you said about Gooseworks, despite not knowing it, was absolutely,
man, come on, guys.
it was
We have
correct.
to go.
It just was. It was right. It was right. You were right. You were right. Oh my god, I hate the mask slipped, I guess. I fucking hate these comments. It's one that I've been getting so much that I have made a hot new emote for my streams of the mask slipping. Naz, put it up. I think it was you or your girl that made it, so you definitely have it in your folders somewhere. We forgive you. It was never a big big deal in the first place. Let's move on. And then there's a bunch of white people here. All right, that's great. I love that. To just dismiss the people of color who accept the apology. Oh, if you're a person of color who thinks this isn't a big deal, then you're a token. You're not a real person of color. You must be white inside. How about go fuck yourself? How about that? How about people of color can have their own fucking minds and they can make their own minds up about this sort of shit? How about this actually wasn't a big deal? It wasn't a big deal in the first place, and we should move on. How about that? I don't know what the fuck.
Mask clip. I'm gonna say this anytime you laugh at any non-woke joke.
You expect from
Wow.
Funky Frogbait here. They made a mistake. They've apologized for it. That should be it because it wasn't a big deal. We can move on. This has 11.1 thousand fucking likes, by the way. Jesus. Again, I could cry. I could cry. Based on what they're saying here, they probably won't even agree with me making this video because I am kind of minimizing what they did. But like, even if they don't agree with me, I'm allowed to have my opinion as well, I think. And I think that this was all so ungodly stupid. It was so dumb. It was all so dumb. It was so stupid. And they were so right. Even if they didn't know it. In fact, the fact that they didn't know what they were talking about and still hit the nail on the head probably means that they were more correct than they even thought they were. Anyway, let's hear what Aunt Karen has to say about this apology video, eh?
A new game called Rate That Apology. I'm your host, Aunt Karen. This is their second apology attempt, and everybody in the comments are just, wow, thanks for coming back and really acknowledging what you did. Their apology was over a minute long in this video. You know, it doesn't take over a minute to say, I'm sorry, but when you're monetizing, you want the coin from your apology video, you're definitely going to make sure it's a minute long. You guys are so easily fooled.
We can never win.
And they're like, people in the comments, wow, they took so much accountability and they left their old video up. You mean the one that has 2.3 million views that's over a minute long, so they're making sure that they cash in for it? Guys, are we all so easily fooled? If you really wanted to say you're sorry, just say, I'm sorry. I mean, it's not that hard. Okay?
So condescending. Jesus. I really don't like this. You suck, dude. There is nothing. The fact is, there is nothing. There is absolutely nothing Funky Frogbait could have said that would have made Auntie Cat, whatever this TikToker's name is, there's nothing that would have made them happy. Nothing. There is not one thing. If they did come online and say, I'm sorry, and that was it, it would have been, oh, I'm sorry for what? Fucking take accountability. Tell us what you did that was wrong. That's not a very long apology. The original apology was 6 minutes long. Not apology. The original video was 6 minutes long, and your apology is 2 seconds.
I should be that condescending anytime they don't answer my texts. Like you aren't already.
The apology should be as loud as the disrespect. What is this? Why is this so short? Like, this isn't real accountability. What the fuck are you doing? No evidence that those original videos are monetized, by the way. Yeah, no evidence at all. I'm not sure. Like, you don't get ads on TikTok, do you? So there is no evidence that these videos are monetized. And I would assume, based on what I know about TikTok, that even if they're not monetized, not like she's making fucking bank off of them. But whatever. That's the video, I guess. Definitely gonna annoy some people, this one, but is what it is. If you're someone who agrees or disagrees with me, let me know in the comments why. And I genuinely mean that more than ever on this video, because I really do want to hear what you guys think about the situation, what you think about my coverage of it, and yeah, that's about it really. So I'll catch you all in the next one.
One more, I'm tired. It's already been 3 hours. Trust. I'm gonna send you guys to someone that's actually good at gaming, unlike me. Trust. Bring you guys close for a minute. Let me just do one of these. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me see if I can I do a thing? How do I do it? See, yeah. Let's see if this works. If not, it's gonna be embarrassing. fuck you mean? Let me just do that. Oh yeah. Everyone go watch him be good at gaming. Ha. You guys have a good night. Have a good dinner. Have a good afternoon. Ow, 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 ow.